first home, clicked on the blue button. One of our senior loan consultants, Brad, sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and then upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. They made a couple offers without success, and then Brad told them about AccuNet's new property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, "no appraisal required." When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval included that most powerful phrase, "no appraisal required," and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with a local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win and save money too. Click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Get a jump start on spring when Yater Benyamini conducts the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra in a jubilant program of works by Ravel, Bernstein, and Gershwin, March 8th through the 10th at the Bradley Symphony Center. George Lee will be the soloist in Ravel's strident and jazzy Piano Concerto in G. Plus, you'll also hear music by two American icons, Leonard Bernstein's 3 dance episodes from On the Town and Gershwin's An American in Paris. Rounding out the program are Ravel's sophisticated and charming, noble and sentimental waltzes. Hear the MSO in Bernstein and Gershwin, March 8th through the 10th only at the Bradley Symphony Center. Call for tickets, 414-291-7605, or visit mso.org.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
I'm Jessica Ty.
And I'm Greg Matzik. And we are the hosts of Wisconsin's Midday News.
Join us weekdays from 11 to 1 as we bring you the most trusted and relevant local, statewide, and national news stories every day.
Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life.
We're so excited to be a part of your routine. Join us weekdays 11 to 1
on 620 WTMJ.
Tonight, the Bucks will swat the Hornets at Fiserv Forum.
Dean turns around, tough, fading three, and he drills it from the near wing. Oh, a big-time shot.
With our coverage of the game starting at 6 with Buck Shoot-Around on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 27th, our top story. The weather roller coaster about to take southeast Wisconsin on a ride.
I'm Eric Bilstead. Week 2 now in the search for Elijah Vu.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Everything seems to be moving along pretty well out there. Not seeing any incidents or any accidents or anything that'll slow you down. So we're in good shape. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Mostly sunny, breezy today with a chance of showers and storms this evening. Up to 70 degrees, even at the lake. 73 your inland high. Showers and storms tonight as well. Could change over to snow with a low of 20. Right now at 53 degrees. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, this unsettled weather pattern settling in across southeast Wisconsin today. Potentially record high temperatures, followed by showers, thunderstorms, and snow possibly as well. And rapid falling temperatures. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says the biggest threat from the weather may be that drastic cool down.
Overnight lows dipping into the 20s across all of southeastern Wisconsin. So we go from 70 down to 20 tomorrow morning, which means any wet pavement from those showers and storms may flash freeze, leading to some slick conditions first thing on our Wednesday.
Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 6:10.
The mother of a missing 3-year-old boy, Elijah Vu, has been charged now with child neglect as well as obstructing an officer. This as Elijah now has been missing for more than a week. Monday, members of the community were present at the Manitowoc County Courthouse as Katrina Bauer and Elijah's caretaker, Jesse Vang, were formally charged. Sarah Deering tells NBC 26 in Green Bay.
The community needs to know that everybody needs to come together to help find him and to hopefully bring him home one way or another.
Bauer and Vang remain in custody. Meanwhile, the Two Rivers Police Department is warning of third-party scams seeking money or personal information from those helping to find Elijah, as well as fraudulent individuals seeking money or information while organizing search parties.
2 Illinois men appearing in a Kenosha courtroom Monday after leading police on a chase Saturday night. The driver, 25-year-old Marquise Muhammad, started driving in reverse once police pinned him into a roundabout, which sent a police car into Carol Odom's front yard. Odom telling TMJ4 News.
I was getting ready to go to bed, and I could see lights coming in my bedroom window. So I looked out my blinds to see what it was, and there was a car parked over my neighbor's driveway and in my yard.
Muhammad faces several charges, including operating a stolen vehicle and criminal damage to property.
Harley-Davidson is undergoing union negotiations with roughly 1,100 employees in the Milwaukee area. The conversations going through the United Steelworkers Union. It already represents more than 600 employees in Menominee Falls. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports employees take issue with the two-tier wage scale.
Meanwhile, voters head to the polls in Michigan, first major battleground state in this primary election season. Former President Donald Trump hoping to add to his delegate lead in the race for the GOP nomination. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley signaled she is not going down without a fight. CBS News' Jared Hill.
Ahead of today's primary in Michigan, 2024 Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley vowed to keep up the fight against her party's frontrunner, former President Donald Trump.
I'm fighting to make sure he's not the nominee. I don't think he or Joe Biden should be president.
But Trump has already won every GOP primary so far, and he's expected to add the Great Lakes state to the list tonight.
Early voting ended in Michigan over the weekend. State election officials say more than 1 million ballots have already been cast.
President Biden heads to late-night TV to talk about the political border battle.
President Biden on NBC's Late Night with Seth Meyers, blaming the aborted Senate border deal on Donald Trump, pressuring House Republicans to say no.
He's saying, no, don't do that because that'll help Biden. Help Biden? It's not about Biden, it's about the United States of America. And look, I don't want to get started.
The Senate bipartisan border compromise is what the House Republican Speaker demanded to pass more aid for Ukraine. He has now rejected both bills. Andy Field, ABC News.
Coming up, are your kids sitting on a treasure chest with old trading cards? Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you only have a 401k, you're not getting the most for retirement.
Wait, what?
Add a Robinhood IRA on top, then they'll boost it by 3%.
You can do that?
And if you transfer in any retirement account, you get 3% on top of that.
Is there a limit to the match?
No limit. Robinhood Gold gets you the biggest contribution match of any IRA on the market. Sign up for Robinhood Gold at Robinhood.com/boost by April 30th. Subscription fees apply.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires gold for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Match on transfers subject to additional terms and conditions. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here to tell you about my friends over at the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. It's a state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the tavern, meet others while your pup enjoys the dog park. That's a mud-free dog park, by the way. Fun, happy, clean, and a great environment for everyone. The Hounds and Tap also provides doggy daycare, boarding, and professional grooming services. We take our Greyhound there regularly. Learn more about their services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks peels back the curtain to give fans unique access and deep storytelling unlike ever before. Subscribe and download right now to get a companion podcast to the new Amazon documentary, Giannis, A Marvelous Journey. Hear about the making of the dog and learn about how Milwaukee became home for the Adetokounmpo family. Find Behind the Bucks at bucks.com/plus or wherever you get your podcasts.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Brewers new manager Pat Murphy looking for his young guys to lead the veterans. We got that story coming up in sports at 6:15.
Generative AI is here to stay in classrooms, says one Marquette professor.
Marquette education professor Gabriel Velez tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News he wants his students to use AI as a starting point.
It'll give you topics, and then what you do is you take those topics, because it's summarizing from a lot of knowledge out there. You go down to the library, and you use those topics to start searching for actual research.
Velez understands it can be a slippery slope to plagiarism. However,
I've actually worked with Marquette's integrity office there to be like, well, how can we deal with it as a learning process? So rather than punishing, saying this is a student plagiarizing, let's talk about how we can teach them and how we can show them how to use it in a different way.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Ethanol-based fuel will have a higher demand in the coming months, with the EPA announcing a 15% ethanol-based fuel can be sold year-round as opposed to a 10% blend only in the summer. Farmer Kevin Mauke telling TMJ4 News he likes that, says agriculture can be more than just the business of feeding people.
It feels good to see some bipartisan action trying to help consumers have a choice and help American agriculture.
Sale of the new blend won't begin until April of next year.
Today is World Pokemon Day, and some of the trading cards from the 90s are starting to rack up big bucks.
Pokemon launched in Japan in 1996, but the official trading card game didn't make its way over to the United States until 1999, which means that now those cards are considered vintage.
It's way bigger than people realize.
Nat Turner is the CEO of Collectors. He says they're now seeing far more people submit Pokemon cards to be appraised.
Pokemon is twice as big as baseball.
Baseball cards are on average more valuable, but even still...
In Pokemon, though, there are cards now that are well over $1 million.
Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
I don't know, what's something worth?
As much as someone's willing to pay.
Exactly. So I guess, with the card trading market, it is what it is, whether you understand it or not. We'll check those shoe boxes full of cards, though.
Right.
6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, CertaPro Painters and J&B Construction. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Hey there, Eric Bilstad for Tri-County Contracting. Yes, I know it's the winter time, but the time is now to be thinking about next spring and your roof. Don't forget, Tri-County Contracting has the worry-free roof tune-up. You can schedule it now. Get it on the books. Make sure your roof is good to go next spring. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com is the website, or call 262-679-6100. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. That's Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
For personalized furniture the way you want it in just 35 days, shop the President's Day sale of Norwalk Custom Furniture at any Ken Michaels Furniture stores, showrooms in Greenfield and Brookfield. Stop in today and save.
6:10, let's get an update on the roads with Deb.
All right, looking pretty good right now. No major delays around the area. Road conditions are looking pretty good, even though they're a little wet right now, but not too bad. Really no other incidents up on the board. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today: early sunshine and breezy, then an afternoon and evening chance for a few showers and a couple thunderstorms. 1 or 2 storms could be on the stronger side. Up to 70 degrees today. Showers and storms then turn to light snow showers tonight as a strong cold front moves to the area. Cold and blustery, low near 20 degrees. After early snow on Wednesday, blustery, gradual clearing, a high of only 28. Mostly sunny and breezy by Thursday, 42 degrees for our high temperature. Then partly cloudy for Friday, highs in the upper 40s. Mostly sunny for Saturday with a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Wonky temp already at 53 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Just about 6:12 on this Tuesday morning, a week now since that little boy went missing in Rivers of Manitowoc County. 3-year-old Elijah Vu reported missing last Tuesday morning. But Eric, the more we learn about the home situation that this child was in, the more ominous the potential outcome of any search for him appears.
Yeah, so both his mom and his caregiver were in the...
Caregiver in quotes.
Oh, right.
Heavy quotes.
Were in court yesterday. So Katrina Bauer had told police that she sent her 3-year-old to stay with Jesse Vang, whom she was having a relationship with because she wanted her 3-year-old to be a man. So it was almost like punishment that he was going to help discipline this boy and show him the way. And that ultimately was making him stand in the corner, not letting him play with the one toy he had in the apartment, giving him cold showers because he messed his diaper. Yeah, 3-year-old kid. And apparently he went missing, according to Vang. After he woke up, he sent his own kid to school, gave the little boy some cereal, went back to bed, and when he woke up, the boy was gone. After he told the boy to pray, stand and pray by where he was sleeping, where Vang was sleeping. And then he woke up a few hours later, kid was gone, and he called 911.
These were some of the punishments and all of these details revealed in 2 criminal complaints issued against Jesse Vang and the mom, whom Eric mentioned, Katrina Bauer. They're both charged with child neglect.
Yep.
And then the other charge for the mom, Bauer, is obstructing an officer because they say she lied a couple times about her whereabouts.
So she says she wasn't in that area when the boy went missing. Well, they did some research on that, and forensic evidence would indicate she was in that area, but still no sign of the boy. They keep searching different areas for the child. I suppose there is that opportunity or possibility the 3-year-old ran out of the apartment. You'd think, though, that a 3-year-old would be easy to spot if he ran away from this kid. It sounds like he was afraid of Vang. He was afraid of this guy.
Of course he was, right?
Yeah.
So, right, best case scenario would be, in that moment when Vang fell asleep, this little guy who was being asked to once again stand in quote-unquote timeout literally for hours, just said, I'm out of here, and somehow left the home.
3 is really young.
But 3, and we're a week.
Yeah.
We're a week out. So if there was any hope, it was that he got out of that house. But, right, being a week out now, signs are not good.
No, and there's still a large-scale canvassing of the area in Manitowoc County. They're still searching many different spots, looking through different areas, but no sign of Elijah Vu.
6:14, Wisconsin's Morning News.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Easy to think docs are docs, right? They got to know what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doctors or in the hospital. Vince Vetrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Docs are not docs. Just like any job in the world, some are better than others, and the best are at OAW. You don't have to take my word for it. MKE Lifestyle Magazine out this year with its top doctors issue. 19 of them are from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. 2 of them on my medical team, my anesthesiologist and the surgeon who did my knee procedure and just replaced my mother-in-law's second hip. She's doing great a few weeks out from that surgery. My wife's doc is on the list. My buddy Stu getting his shoulder put back together. His doc is on the list. There's that old joke. What do you call the person who finished last in their class at medical school? Doctor. It's not as funny when that's the person doing your surgery. You want the best. That's why I send folks to Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference, indeed. Walk right in at Ortho ASAP clinics or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Eric Bilstad and Vince Vetrano.
6:16 on Wisconsin's Morning News this Tuesday morning. Brewers play this afternoon. We got the Angels in spring training. This is not an on-the-air broadcast game for the Crew. Our next broadcast tomorrow afternoon, and it's a sexy matchup for spring training. Wednesday, we host the Cubs at American Family Fields of Phoenix, which means going head-to-head with former manager Craig Counsell. We talked a bit about our new manager, Pat Murphy, how he sees things. He's an interesting cat. I really like this guy. And we've got a young team, obviously a lot of new names being called up. Manager Pat Murphy leaning into this being a young team.
There's nothing worse than older guy arrogance in the clubhouse, right? That's right. Like, don't run in front of me. What the hell are you doing running in front of me? You know, that kind of bullshit.
I love that.
Yes.
Nothing worse than older guy arrogance. Right? And so he doesn't want the vets pushing around the young guys. I mean, look, there's going to be some hazing and some goofing on the rookies and stuff like that. That's part of camp, right? But I was listening to a bit of the game Monday. Brewers lost to the Reds 8-3. A lot of names in the lineup I didn't recognize. Like, I didn't know when we were up to bat or not. You know, like, who's
that
this guy?
happens.
Oh, I think I heard of him. Okay. So if you're waiting for Murphy to get bent out of shape over the final score of some of these spring training games, you're going to be waiting a long time. He wants these guys to get their time, do their stuff, compete hard. That's what he's looking at. More importantly, you know, while he values veteran leadership, it seems Murphy's really looking to the young guys to inspire the older guys with their energy.
The old guys can see that and say, yeah, that's the love of the game. That's that passion. That's that being in the present moment. That's what it's about, being in that present moment. In my opinion, that's what this whole thing's about. That's how they're successful.
Older guys. How old are they?
The older
29?
guys. Yeah, they're the vets. But they already got paid. Some of them got kids. Right. They got other stuff going on. And, you know, they may have a dream job, but it's still a job. So, right, these young guys are in there. Hey, fire up these old guys.
Bucks in Charlotte tonight on WTMJ. College Hoops Wisconsin plays at Indiana tonight. Still some fallout from that Wake Forest win over Duke. You see the story over the weekend. Wake Forest
stays unbeaten at home, 15-0. The students have stormed the court as Wake hangs on to beat the
Students storm the court as Wake Forest beats Duke. And as that happened, Kyle Filipowski, he's a Duke star, was injured during the court storming. Got his knee sprained up. Not sure yet how he's going to do, but he did sprain his knee. Coach John Shire, again, the Duke head coach, yesterday saying, got to stop with the court storms.
Players and coaches and officials are the only people that belong on a court. And so, yes, something should be done now, like immediately.
Very curious to see how this plays out. Now, there have been some schools that have put up like a rope and had security there, but even then...
Right, and good luck with that rope.
Yeah, and even then there's been court storming. I don't know how you fix this. It's gotten a little out of hand recently where we've seen players getting banged up. Caitlin Clark from Iowa, she got hurt in a court storming earlier this year.
Right, you hate to be it's one of the coolest things to see.
Yeah.
The kids are going nuts, especially when it's college. Kids are going nuts, and it's really cool. But right, the possibility of somebody getting seriously hurt, the security concern with what it is, like what other sport do you get to like be next to the players and just like storming them? And, right? You just don't. Right? Storm the tennis court at Wimbledon. You don't see that, right?
It's not college.
Right, college. It's not. Right. But so, yeah, as long as everybody's cool and doing their thing. But, right, interesting debate ahead. 619, Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scavini here to tell you about my new show, The Political Power Hour. Sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? I sit down with experts from across Wisconsin and the country to discuss issues that are important to you. We'll hear from political analysts, columnists, public safety professionals, journalists, lawyers, and more.
Politics is always about addition, and politics is also about momentum.
I think a lot of working families need childcare in order to make ends meet.
It's The Political Power Hour, weekdays, 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Event tonight in Brookfield with Expedia Cruises of Brookfield to tell you all about the cruising life. Vince Vetrano here introducing an amazing opportunity. Now, we've got a 7-night cruise coming up in the Western Caribbean with stops in Mexico, Honduras, Royal Caribbean's private island. That's the Vinny Cruise coming up late this year. This cruise works for couples as well, but feel free to bring your whole family. Kids of any age, or for our senior listeners, imagine surprising the grandkids on Christmas morning, telling them they're all leaving on a cruise the next week, the whole family. We board Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas just outside of Orlando, December 29th, and then we're back on January 5th. Greg and his team at Expedia Cruises have a great block of rooms reserved for our group. We'll have the chance to have some special time together. But they do cruises of all kinds. If you're new to cruising and have questions, Expedia tonight is hosting a Royal Caribbean cruise night where you can learn more about the Vinny Cruise or just cruising in general. And this is a no-pressure thing. Nobody's trying to sign you up right away or do anything like that. Just come on in, have your questions answered. Let me get you started. You do need to sign up to attend, so send me an email, vince@WTMJ.com. That's vince@WTMJ.com. I'll send the information out to you. The Vinny Cruise, celebrating New Year's 2025 with Royal Caribbean and Expedia Cruises in Brookfield.
Hey, boss, what's got you so down today?
We just lost another customer to Diamonds Direct. Guy's been with us for years. Went over there and, well, now he's in love with those people. I don't know what they do.
Want me to go secret shop Diamonds Direct again, sir?
Remind me what we learned the last time you did that.
Well, you know, they're really good, sir. They got like 10 times the selection we have. They have those top designers that we're not allowed to carry. They're telling people the inside secrets on how to buy diamonds. They give free service on stuff like cleaning and sizing, the things you charge extra for. And they're nice people. Everybody's smiling over there.
Okay, stop. I know. It's impossible to compete with Diamonds Direct. I mean, even my accountant just upgraded his wife's engagement ring there and got her a 3-carat.
Wait a minute. I thought your brother was your accountant.
He is.
Are you getting all you deserve from your jeweler? You might be surprised. Maybe it's time to get the value, the selection, the quality, the education, and the service you deserve at Diamonds Direct. Get details, showroom hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford is hiring positive, professional servers and bartenders. You'll make great cash. Inquire today. Start next week. MineShaftRestaurant.com. Debbie, what do you have on the roads?
Not much, Vince. It is a quiet ride so far this morning. Volume is relatively light. No delays out there, really, and no incidents either. So everything is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny and breezy. Still a chance for some showers and storms later on today. The high 73 inland. Tonight, storms. Then turning cold and blustery, it will change the snow. So tonight, low of 20. Tomorrow, we wake up with a chance for early snow, a high of 28. The wind chills tomorrow in the teens. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 53 at 6:23.
New Milwaukee International Auto Show is underway. Runs every day through the weekend at the Baird Center downtown. Our Debbie Lazaga stopped down at the show to share what's up.
Every year, we get a new batch of brand new, some concept, some way out there cars, all at the Milwaukee International Auto Show. This year is no different, but I wanted to get a closer look at some of the new technology trends we may be seeing in the near future. Senior editor at Auto Trader Jason Fogelson says there's all sorts of new technology integrating with cars now, and some of the most impressive have to do with driver safety.
That is one of the main reasons to look at a new car over an older car, is because safety features get more and more ingrained in vehicles and become more common.
Protecting you from the outside world to watching how you're driving your car, it's all becoming part of the driving experience.
My favorite safety feature is forward emergency braking. And what this does, it uses a sensor in the front of the car to detect obstacles in your path. And if you don't brake in time, the car will brake for you. And it may not help you avoid an accident, but it'll certainly lower your speed and mitigate that. Even if you aren't paying close enough attention, your car can help save you.
Sales associate at our partners at Hall Mazda in Brookfield, Brandon Schmitz, says Mazda is starting to introduce another feature.
It'll have unresponsive driver support if it recognizes that you are deviating lanes, or things like that just due to, like, say, a heart attack. It'll bring the vehicle to a stop and it'll turn the vehicle off, turn on your hazards, and call the EMS for you so you get the proper care.
So you can rest easy knowing that if anything happens, your car's got your back. Driving a car nowadays is more than just sitting and waiting until you get to your destination. It can also be a productive time, as long as you're being safe about it. AI is jumping into the arena with this.
It'll allow you to integrate your smartphones seamlessly, devices, iPads, etc. You can order things from a shopping list while you're driving. If you forget something and need a reminder when you get home, you can do all that kind of stuff too.
And it goes beyond just updating your grocery list. How about getting around? Fogelson says it should be seamless.
You're already seeing it happen. There's Google AI in some vehicles now, and it can do things like predict where you're headed based on where you've been before. So your navigation system becomes a partner with you in where you want to go. There are a lot of intersections between tech companies and car companies. We're going to see that more and more and more. And, your handheld device, your smartphone, becomes part of the experience of driving your car.
A little creepy if it guesses where you're headed, but it's kind of cool too. Rest assured there'll be plenty more bells and whistles where that came from. Tune in tomorrow for part 2, where I go over the latest in EV technology. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped about 62 points in trading on Monday to 39,069. The NASDAQ was off as well, about 21 points to 15,976. And the S&P 500 closed Monday at 5070, down nearly 20 points. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com.
Meet Alan.
who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
From sliding framed, semi-frameless, or frameless glass shower doors to heavy all-glass custom enclosures that can be built to fit any opening, at Less's Glass we cover all the bases. But our biggest strength isn't only our selection, it's in our installation experience. We've been around nearly 40 years, and you only last that long if your installers leave the job the way your customers expect it to be left. Other places can sell you a glass shower enclosure, and some of those big guys may even be able to do it for a little cheaper. But the question you need to ask yourself is, will the job be done right? So remember, paying for quality only hurts once, but it does feel good when you get what you expect. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem, powered by Weniger Compressor, American patriotism made in Wisconsin. This is the Waukesha North Concert Choir. I'm Vince Vitrano at 6:30 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 27th, our top story, from record highs to frigid lows.
I'm Eric Bilstead. No sign of Elijah Vu.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We are in the clear right now. No major delays around the area, and volume is relatively light. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Biden telling Late Night with Seth Meyers that Israel has agreed to pause its offensive during Ramadan, which starts the weekend after next. ABC's Tom Sophie Burridge is in Tel Aviv.
What we've had in the last couple of days is a framework agreement which Israel, an Israeli official telling ABC News, that framework would see roughly 40 hostages being released, maybe the elderly, the sick, possibly female Israeli soldiers. In return, Israel would release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. And according to this official, the IDF might redeploy its troops to different parts of the Gaza Strip, but it would not withdraw its forces completely from Gaza.
There is a meeting today at the White House among the top 4 congressional leaders, President Biden pressing them to act quickly to avoid a looming government shutdown. Wild weather across much of the country. A lot of heat waves set. 94 degrees in Dallas, 88 in Oklahoma City. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, potential record warmth could help fuel afternoon showers and thunderstorms across southeast Wisconsin today. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says conditions could allow for storms to develop by early to mid-afternoon.
We're going to be watching for any initiation. Do one or two storms tap into that afternoon heat a little bit early? Not everyone's going to see rain today, and not everyone's going to hear thunder and see lightning. But for those that do, one or two of those storms could contain some high winds and even the potential for some hail.
Just a calendar update. It is February 27th. I want to remind you of that. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 6:40.
The mother of a missing 3-year-old boy, Elijah Vu, is now facing charges of child neglect as well as obstructing an officer. This as the search for Elijah now enters its second week. Now, on Monday, members of the community were at the Manitowoc County Courthouse. This as Katrina Bauer and Elijah's caretaker, Jesse Vang, were both formally charged. Bauer and Vang will both be back in court in March. Meanwhile, the Two Rivers Police Department is warning of third-party scams seeking money or personal information from those who are helping to find Elijah.
Generac Power Systems just laid off 900 employees. They did that in 2023 due to what the company was calling staffing adjustments. Starting in 22, the company reduced production of generators after building up inventory. Wonky Business Journal reports executives said orders from dealers initially slowed, then cited a soft consumer environment. During the extensive layoffs, Generac added 100 engineers to their team. Company says they hope to add production roles in Whitewater with orders improving.
Ethanol-based fuel will have a higher demand in the coming months, with the EPA announcing a 15% ethanol-based fuel that can be sold year-round as opposed to a 10% blend only in the summer months. Farmer Kevin Malke tells TMJ4 News it excites him, but he says ag can be more than just the business of feeding people.
It feels good to see some bipartisan action trying to help consumers have a choice and help American agriculture.
Sale of this new blend will begin in 2025.
Talked about the widespread use of artificial intelligence now and its effect on the classroom, how easy it might be to cheat. Well, Marquette professor says you can still use AI in the classroom.
You can't ignore it, and I think you can assume that we all know what's going on with it.
Marquette education professor Gabriel Velez tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News he's had to confront the issue of AI, and he's hoping to take a measured approach.
Really make it a shared conversation rather than just saying it's banned, don't touch it, or rather than leaning in fully and being like, use it as you want.
And he's got a few tricks up his sleeve to try and tell if his students are turning in ChatGPT as finished work.
I try and build in a lot of handwriting, a lot of things where they can't use it early.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Coming up, the lunar lander's last gasp. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the roads. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329.
This report sponsored by the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthroughs, who are developing innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. And by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin, so there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit freighter.com/cancer.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
This is Tom Feza. When I have window questions, I contact Scott Klein, owner of J&B Construction, provider of high-quality exterior home improvement products and services since 1958.
I'm Scott Klein. At J&B, we use our experience to educate homeowners about the value new windows, along with proper installation, can have on their home. With J&B, it's not one window fits all. We work with multiple window manufacturers to provide a product that will exceed your expectations and meet your budget. If you have windows that fail to operate properly, are drafty or foggy, or have wind window frames that show signs of deterioration or rot, you could use our help.
For a complimentary window evaluation, call Scott at 262-437-0537 or visit jnbconstruction.com.
Your home can be more maintenance-free when you rely on J&B.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
If you listen to the Brewers' last couple of spring training games, you hear a lot of names you don't recognize. Dom Catronio reports from spring training in Arizona, says that's all by design. We'll have his report coming up at 6:45.
More than a half a century after Americans first set foot on the moon, boy, we're having a darn hard time getting back there. Okay, so you remember the OD landing, right? The Odysseus lunar lander. It did make it to the desolate south pole of the moon. However, the CEO of the company that built it said upon touchdown,
We might have fractured that landing gear and tipped over gently.
well, whether it was gentle or not, it tipped over. So unfortunately, today's the last day Odie will survive.
So what, it had like solar panels that was going to power it, right? And
yes. And
the panels aren't facing the sun.
Correct.
Because the lander, nicknamed Odie, tipped onto its side after touching down on the moon, its solar panels are receiving only partial sunlight, which will dramatically shorten Odie's battery life. Intuitive Machines spent about $100 million on the lander, but collected about $118 million from the NASA payload it carried.
ABC's Jim Ryan. So today is the unfortunate end because it'll just run out of battery life after today.
Wait, is this... I know, different parts, different people, different mission, but if we're supposed to have people walking around up on the moon in a couple of years...
I guess this... they don't seem too worried about that, given that the nature of this mission was compared to people walking up there, that this does not give them... I mean, obviously you wanted it to work.
Well, the whole plan was to land, right? Were they going to do other things, though?
Yeah, they had other experiments.
Okay,
well... But you're right. The
big
mission
part,
number
right.
one
Yes.
landed.
Well, they did it.
Yeah, kind of.
6:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone. Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations. Brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp. And new siding that's been known to stop traffic. And it's all backed by a team that over the last 20 years have put a lot of heart and soul into building a reputation that you can believe in. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Do you check your savings account and wonder if you're even saving at all? At Town Bank, we view banking differently and actually want to see your savings grow. With our amazing new CD rates, you can now earn even more, so you can sit back and relax. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results, and start earning more. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you today. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Save 50% or more on amazing seafood at Sendix. Don't miss out. Go to Sendix.com and lock in your order today. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Deb?
Alrighty. Well, we got, we got a broken down vehicle on the off-ramp to Burleigh from northbound 41, but other than that, we're really not looking at too much more of an issue. Volume's starting to pick up a little bit, but no delays around the area, so, so far so good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and breezy, then an afternoon and evening chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. One or two storms could be on the stronger side. Up to near 70 degrees today. Showers and storms then turn to light snow showers tonight. Strong cold front moves through, cold and blustery as lows dip to around 20 degrees. After some early snow on Wednesday, blustery with gradual clearing, high near 28. Mostly sunny and breezy for Thursday, a high of 42. Partly cloudy for Friday, highs in the upper 40s, and mostly sunny for Saturday with a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 53 degrees. 6:41 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Worst birthday of all time at work, but maybe one of the great pranks of all time.
Worst birthday, really?
At work.
Come on.
God, you guys got me good. And what's funny is it got progressively worse during the day. Now, if you were listening on Monday, 11 minutes after 8 on this Monday morning, want to bring in WTMJ meteorologist.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear.
The singers, I mean, that
Your
was
face.
super over the top.
Your face was priceless.
And then it continued. Yeah, there was more. As I've detailed, I just treat my
Thanks to
birthday
the cool
as not a
beans,
big
by the way.
deal.
Yes, I know.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
And so I actually was going to compliment Eric and Greg. It was my birthday over the weekend. I'm like, you guys were true friends. You didn't text me on my birthday. You know I don't care about it. It's not like an old guy thing. I just don't care. I'm not interested in the attention that comes with it.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
coming all day. Ooh, happy birthday. Like, it didn't accomplish anything. Everybody's got a birthday. So
Sure.
to me, it's not special, and I don't care, and that's fine. So then you guys knowing that just crushed me all day with the birthday greetings and the stuff, and it was all on the radio. And then
it was great.
And then there's cake. Eric brought cake.
That's right.
It was a little cake.
With candles.
It was
Deb.
a little one.
He lit the candles upstairs in the.
Well, what else was he supposed to do?
Well,
Smash
I'll
it
tell
in your face?
Then what else he
Ooh.
did was then, even though I had specifically gone to our office administrator, Amy, whose job entails putting out the birthday greetings of whoever's birthday it is, we have a big video display board here in our common area and has, a picture of the person and happy birthday and like 3-4 things they like and all this stuff. I'm like, I went to her weeks ago. I'm like, hey, take me off that list.
Yeah,
I want to be on the big
and
board.
they're fine with that. Like companies like,
She's
okay,
like,
if you
yep,
want to be on
great.
there, that's fine.
Eric sends an email to the entire staff. Hey, there's cake because it was Vinny's birthday.
He didn't give all the details, though, really, about what you like and
Right.
stuff.
Well, and then on top
I
of that,
should
though,
have, Debbie. That would have been great.
Vince likes long walks on the beach.
Pina coladas.
On top of that, then a lot of folks here didn't know the backstory of how I really don't like my birthday. They just knew it was my birthday all day. Hey, happy birthday. Hey, the birthday boy. Hey,
You're welcome.
Oh, it killed me all day. One of the great pranks of all time, which I was talking to my family about it. I'm like, I have to acknowledge, like, this was hard on me. I did not want this. It was a great bit.
I knew that you'd appreciate the effort. Maybe not the actual sentiment, but the effort.
Did you set up a thing so they can see the singing?
Oh, yeah. So if you want to see Vince's reaction when the cool beans came in to sing without him realizing
How
it.
do I appreciate this without looking like a sourpuss? That's what was going
Because
through
I
his
appreciated the ladies. They're a wonderful group.
course.
They
Yeah,
sounded great,
they're
but
very
like, I
nice.
didn't want this.
So text birthday
Okay,
to
great.
the WTMJ Talking text line. Birthday, we'll send you a link with the video. 855-616-1620.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes!
Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks peels back the curtain to give fans unique access and deep storytelling unlike ever before. Subscribe and download right now to get a companion podcast to the new Amazon documentary, Giannis, A Marvelous Journey. Hear about the making of the dog and learn about how Milwaukee became home for the Adetokounmpo family. Find Behind the Bucks at bucks.com/plus or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, so Greg, what time is the mariachi band coming for the
Go ahead.
post-birthday celebration? Oh, shoot. This is on the air? Oh, dang it. Mariachi band 7:40?
Go ahead. Hurt me some more. That's fine. Whatever else you want.
Eric Bill said here for Tri-County Contracting. They celebrate birthdays. In fact, Tri-County Contracting has been around for more than 40 years in southeast Wisconsin. Family-owned business. They do it right. And here's what they're doing right now. It is, of course, the worry-free roof tune-up. Extend the life of your roof by having some professionals up on it for $650. It's an open price for, or that's the strict price, I should say, for no matter the size of your roof. And the idea is to extend the life by finding any problems and fixing them then. Obviously, if they see something major, they'll tell you about it, but it's the worry-free roof tune-up from Tri-County Contracting. Here is the website, TriCountyContractingWI.com, TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Hey, Gene Miller here. The heart of winter is the best time to call my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Save heating and cooling dollars down the road with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from brands like Pella, Anderson, Marvin, and more. Hometown is your local source for wood, vinyl, or fiberglass, plus All of their products are installed by employee carpenters. Stop into their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin and see the hometown difference. That's hometown with an E for your every window and door need. hometownwindows.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Brewers and Angels this afternoon in spring training. Next broadcast game on WTMJ will be tomorrow afternoon. We'll face Craig Counsell and the Cubs with a 2 p.m. broadcast time on WTMJ. You listen to the game a bit on Monday afternoon. Brewers lost to the Reds 8-3. A lot of young guys playing. At some point, when you just tune in, you're like, who's up? Is this our team or they're
didn't even know.
Don't know
who was
all these
batting.
kids. You hear a name you recognize.
Wow.
Like, okay, we're up to bat. So manager Pat Murphy not particularly interested in what he calls winning the Cactus League crown. He's about getting our young team the work that they need. WTMJ's Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, reports from spring training.
Youth has always served the first week or so of spring training between pitch limits and letting the veterans rest before the long season. We've already had glimpses at the future of the Brewers in games.
It's about, getting the opportunity to make things happen. It's getting the opportunity to see guys in different situations. But it's hard to get it all in one day. And find out about these young kids, give them some opportunities, see how they react to things,
Manager Pat Murphy. One of those young guys is Brewers first rounder Brock Wilken, already with 2 hits and 2 walks in his first handful of spring training games. He knows third base is a position of need, maybe even in the near future.
You kind of got to stay in the moment, right? You got to stay where your feet are. And, it's not up to me. It's ultimately not up to me. So being able to just go out there and play and stay locked in the moment is kind of doing my thing.
The Brewers are in Tempe today to visit the Angels. Jansen Junk is on the mound against his former team, against Zach Plesac. First pitch is at 2:10. Reporting from Phoenix, Dominic Catronio, WTMJ.
To the NBA, Bucks in Charlotte tonight right here on WTMJ. And speaking of the NBA, crazy story out in New York. The Knicks escaped with a 113-111 victory over the Pistons on Monday night. But there was an obvious foul call in the waning moments of the game. DiVincenzo tackled a guy, and they didn't call it, and it could have flipped the game.
That's our guy, DiVincenzo, right?
And Pistons coach Monty Williams, livid.
We had a chance to win the game, and the guy dove into Asar's legs, and there was a no call. That's an abomination. You cannot miss that in an NBA game.
The referee, James Williams, the crew chief, standing right on top of the play, was right there when it was all happening in the closing seconds. Upon post-game review, he said, yeah, we deprived the opportunity of the game. We should have called a loose ball foul there.
I appreciate him owning it.
Yeah, they owned it, but it doesn't.
The absolute worst call of the season. No call. And enough's enough.
Yeah, so the coach is a little fired.
And I got nothing else to say.
Still going.
Fair game. And that was not fair. I'm done.
All right, he's done.
The absolute worst call of the season.
All right,
no
coach.
Call.
The Pistons are just on the outside looking in on the playoff race. What do they won, like 6 games? Right? 6:49 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
For all you need to know on and off the court.
Lillard going to fire up another 3, and he drills it from straight on.
It's Bucks Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
I don't think there's ever been a team that has been as much under the microscope as this Bucks team has. That's the price you pay when you've got championship aspirations, as this team does and will continue to.
Every Thursday at 4:45 on WTMJ. Presented by Fellow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Best Electric.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax Resolution and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. It's 2024 and an election year. The politicians are out there promising things they won't deliver. One thing is certain. Taxes are what pays for those promises. The IRS collects those taxes, and man, can they be brutal. My latest book has advice on what to do to avoid trouble with the IRS. We help you file back tax returns, get liens released, set up payment plans, represent you in audits, and get penalties reduced or eliminated. Some recent clients we helped include getting a $40,000 tax bill reduced by $32,000, filing a 2020 tax return to get a $7,000 refund, and negotiating a payment plan for $250 a month on a $30,000 tax bill. Make the right choice. Go to rightchoicetax.us to book a call or in-person meeting right now. We know you want to take the first step in getting the IRS off off your back so you can live again. That's rightchoicetax.us.
Sharks. Most people see them as a threat, but we see a potential cure. At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we're the only team in the world researching whether antibodies from sharks can be used to fight cancer. A discovery that would revolutionize the future of cancer care, turning possibilities into remarkable realities. So one day, instead of what if, we can ask what's next. UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, Debbie, a lot of people want to see Vince squirm, it looks like.
Oh, dear.
Just text the word
Is it
birthday.
going nuts?
If you want to see Vince's face when we surprised him yesterday with the a cappella group coming into the studio, just text the word birthday. You can get the video, 855-616-1620.
Or you don't have to.
Or text the word birthday, 855-616-1620.
All right. Westbound 94, get a little bit heavy heading into the stadium interchange. We do have a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder, right at the basically right where 175 goes northbound. So just be extra careful heading through there. Otherwise, everything else seems to be moving along fine. Really don't have any other issues out there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Let me take you through the 2-day roller coaster. Chance of showers and storms this afternoon and this evening. Up to 70 degrees for the high at the lake, 73 inland. Showers and storms possible still tonight, and then changing over to snow as we drop to 20 degrees for our low temperature. Chance of early snow on Wednesday, and then a high of 28 tomorrow. 53 right now in Milwaukee. Friend of the program, a two-time Sports Writer of the Year for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Lori Nickel on the line with us this Wednesday morning. Lori, Eric was talking earlier about this controversy over storming the court, which as a fan, I love when your team, particularly when it's college kids, right? And they're excited about their team winning a big game. You knock off the number one team in the land. What do? You storm the court. But it is, I have to say, it does appear to be getting a little dangerous.
Yeah, do you remember, were you around, remember in 1993 when Wisconsin beat Michigan in football and there was that huge Camp Randall crush and all those students, there were like 73 people hurt back then. I mean, this isn't something new. This has been happening, for a while now. You'll see clips on Twitter and on YouTube in the 1980s in particular with NBA games where fans are literally like 2 inches off the court at the end of the games and stuff like that. If you're a Celtics fan or a Detroit Pistons fan, it's a little concerning to me. It's not something that I like really. But I'll tell you, the media and reporters used to sit on the court and we would we wouldn't hold people back, but we were kind of a natural barrier to slow people down. And now that's non-existent. Fans pay a lot of money to sit on those seats to be really close. So, I think some of this has been teams and programs have been kind of inviting this problem a little bit just because of what they have going on right on courtside.
I don't know how you fix it, unless there was you get a citation if you're caught on the court. Or I know that some schools will put up a rope.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. You got 10,000 students storming the floor.
Yeah, I just don't know how you fix it.
Yeah, you golfers like your ropes.
Yeah.
Those ropes don't do anything. I think the fix is going to be with AI and with cameras and videos going, where the only way you'd be able to do is identify people after the fact and then have possible prosecution or whatever. But again, during games, I still marvel right now when I see fans ordering food and drinks and on their phones and taking stuff during the game, like not even during a timeout. And even with the Milwaukee Bucks, they've got this really cool fan experience where pregame they invite certain fans and kids onto the court and even invite the kids onto the court to pass to the coach, who then passes to Damian Lillard, during pregame warmups. I mean, where's the line? It's very blurry right now. I've seen Damian Lillard tell fans, hey, sorry, I got to get my practice corner 3-point jumpers up. Like, can you move, please?
Well, they're working. I mean, right. The whole thing is about the fans, and there is no NBA without the fans and all that stuff. That said, this is their job and their profession. If they got to do stuff to get their work in, like, it can't inhibit them.
Right, and how, you don't want the players to get hurt. Even the photographers are pretty close, so that can be dangerous. Plus, you got to remember, not if you're wearing any other shoe other than a sneaker onto the court, that's still taboo to me. You shouldn't be, even if they're not varnished anymore, that basketball court is supposed to be clean and pristine. And if you have boots on or scrubby shoes or whatever, you shouldn't even be on the court anyway. But I just don't know how you fix it. In college basketball, it's the greatest thrill ever. I went to Indiana in the Bob Knight era, and we weren't even allowed to taunt the opposing team's players shooting a free throw. We never stormed the court. Bob Knight would have yelled at all of us.
It's probably more fear of Bobby Knight.
A chair at you.
He'd throw a chair at you.
It's a culture thing, right? It's a culture thing. So, I always worry for the players in those circumstances.
Lori Nickel with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Always love talking to you, Lori. Take care.
Happy birthday. Take care.
Yes.
Business headlines are up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
Contract negotiations get in gear for Harley-Davidson and the labor unions at its plants in Menominee Falls and Tomahawk. Contracts expire at the end of March for about 1,100 unionized workers. Generac Power Systems slows productions the past year on home standby generators due to excess inventories. The result, 900 fewer jobs, but the company says it resumes hiring this April. Collectivo Coffee Roasters expands in Chicago with new locations late this year or early next year. New sites in the Ravenswood and Southport areas join 5 existing Chicagoland Collectivos. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Team up with the Brewers for an epic company event this season. With the Brewers Group Outing, you can trade weekday meetings for a fun-filled day at American Family Field, featuring options like tailgate spaces, all-inclusive areas, seating blocks, and much more. Plus, Brewers ticket representatives will make planning your event simple, as they'll be your personal concierge while booking your outing. Start planning your company outing today at brewers.com/groups.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Hey, Eric Bilstead here from Wisconsin's Morning News. So you're thinking about hitting the gym, eh? Or perhaps taking up jogging again, but you're worried. That achy knee, am I right? And you have no interest in surgery. Call QC Kinetics now. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. So that means getting back to exercising, maybe even running, or even playing 18 holes again, pain-free. QC Kinetics offers an all-natural solution, no pain pills, and no risky surgery. Reclaim your mobility today. Fix that tennis swing or go back to the gym and know that you won't be dealing with achy joints afterward. Take action now and live your best life this spring and summer. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics.
Save an American-made personalized upholstery now during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture.
Tonight, the Bucks will swat the Hornets at Fiserv Forum.
Dean turns around, tough, fading three, and he drills it from the near wing. Oh, a big-time shot.
With our coverage of the game starting at 6 with Buck Shoot-Around on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 7:01. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 27th, our top story. 70s, storms, and snow for southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Eric Bilstead. A special election today.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound 94 getting a little bit heavy from 76th Street all the way past 68th and then back through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side is dealing with a broken down vehicle right about at Highway 175 in the Stadium. So we're seeing delays from just west of 27th Street through that area. Otherwise, everything else seems to be moving along pretty well with building volume. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
50 degrees difference between today's high temperature and tonight's low. High of 73 inland. Showers and storms possible late this afternoon and into the evening with a low of 20. Right now, 53 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. This unsettled weather pattern really taking in effect earnestly today across southeast Wisconsin. Potentially record high temperatures, followed by showers, thunderstorms, and then snow possible as well. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says the biggest threat from the weather may be that drastic cool down.
We're talking about overnight lows dipping into the 20s across all of southeastern Wisconsin. So we go from 70 down to 20 tomorrow morning, which means any wet pavement from those showers and storms may flash freeze, leading to some slick conditions first thing on our Wednesday.
Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 7:10.
A special election today in southeast Wisconsin. Special election in Raymond. The Raymond School District could remove 2 school board members. This as questions remain over why the school board voted not to renew Principal Jeff Peterson's contract and why Superintendent Michael Garvey resigned. TMJ4's Sydney Orr.
After a few hours of knocking, I was finally connected with a woman named Deb. She told me the reason I was having such a hard time finding someone to talk to was because depending on the viewpoint, there is fear of retribution.
There are kids who are getting bullied at school because of the signs in their yard. I don't care. You bully me all you want. I have no children up there.
Now, in April, those voters will also determine 2 other races for school board, meaning there could be up to 4 new members before the year ends.
Mother of the missing 3-year-old boy from Two Rivers, Elijah Vu, has now been charged with child neglect as well as obstructing an officer. This as the search for Elijah enters its 2nd week today. Monday, members of the community present at Manitowoc County Courthouse, Katrina Bauer and Elijah's caregiver Jesse Vang were formally charged. Sarah Deering telling NBC 26 in Green Bay.
The community needs to know that everybody needs to come together to help find him and to hopefully bring him home one way or another.
Bauer and Vang due back in court in early March. Meanwhile, the Two Rivers Police Department warning of third-party scams seeking money or personal information from folks who are working to help find Elijah, as well as fraudulent people seeking money or information while organizing search parties.
A big sit-down today at the White House with a critical deadline looming.
The White House says it's the basic duty of Congress to keep the government open, but this is now the 4th time this fiscal year that a potential shutdown has been imminent. The White House says the president will push top congressional leaders today to reach an agreement on government funding and try and move the ball on the $95 billion national security bill that sends $60 billion to Ukraine. The Senate passed that bill with bipartisan support, but its future is uncertain in the House under Republican Speaker Mike Johnson. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
More than half a century after Americans set foot on the moon, we're having a tough time getting back to the lunar surface.
The Odysseus lunar lander did make it to the desolate south pole of the moon, but says Steve Altimus of the company that built it during touchdown.
We might have fractured that landing gear and tipped over gently.
Odysseus was meant to send back data for more than a week, but is now expected to wind down today, 5 days early. NASA hopes to put people back on the moon in the next few years. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Coming up, let them eat cereal?
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Okay, I'm ready to record my jewelry store's new radio spot. We got a great script that really goes after Diamonds Direct and how they're nothing special, and how we can match their price. Great stuff. Yeah.
Great. And we have this new technology that bleeps out any false claims, so it saves us time with editing. So you can start anytime.
Okay, here goes. When you visit our jewelry store, we'll absolutely guarantee direct. Our diamonds come straight from the mine. We have cutters and hey, what the?
The hard truth is that other jewelry stores simply can't do what Diamonds Direct can. Diamonds Direct has special relationships with De Beers, international connections, and virtually unlimited buying power. The result is true direct importer pricing, exceptional quality, and up to 30 times the diamond selection you find at other stores.
I can't believe this thing won't let me say
Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Get more truth at diamondsdirect.com.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone, Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations, brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp, and new siding that's been known to stop traffic. And it's all backed by a team that over the last 20 years have put a lot of heart and soul into building a reputation that you can believe in. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm and dry, Semper Fi.
Imagine, if you will, a wonderland of vehicles. An entire convention center filled with the things you love to drive. It's the Milwaukee Auto Show at the Baird Center downtown, February 24th through March 3rd. Immerse yourself in the latest new cars and trucks. The Milwaukee Auto Show. For tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Brewers manager Pat Murphy leaning on the young guys to inspire the veterans. We got sports at 7:15.
Harley-Davidson undergoing union negotiations, about 1,100 employees in the Milwaukee area. The conversation is going through the United Steelworkers Union, which already represents more than 600 employees in Menominee Falls. The Milwaukee Business Journal reports employees take issue with the two-tier wage scale.
Educators at every level certainly concerned about students using artificial intelligence to cheat in the classroom, but a Marquette University professor says it also has some uses.
You can't ignore it, and I think you can't assume that we all know what's going on with it.
Marquette education professor Gabriel Velez tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News he's had to confront the issue of AI, and he's hoping to take a measured approach.
Really make it a shared conversation rather than just saying it's banned, don't touch it, or rather than leaning in fully and being like, use it as you want.
And he's got a few tricks up his sleeve to try and tell if his students are turning in ChatGPT as finished work.
I try and build in a lot of handwriting, a lot of things where they can't use it early.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
There is pushback over a modern-day version of Let Them Eat Cake.
Is the price of a meal breaking your budget? How about a bowl of cereal for dinner?
Special K Oat Crunch Honey.
Kellogg's CEO is taking flack for suggesting just that. Gary Pilnick told CNBC cereal's always been affordable at less than $1 a bowl with milk and a sliced banana. Viewers immediately took to social media, claiming Pilnick missed the mark by suggesting Americans swap out pricier proteins and vegetables for empty calories. One suggested eating the rich instead. According to a 2023 SEC filing, the Cereal King's compensation includes a $1 million base salary and a more than $4 million incentive package. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Okay, settle down. The guy sells cereal. What's he going to say? Yeah, you don't want to eat my thing.
We like to overreact.
Yeah, the guy sells cereal. Everybody's going to be okay. 7:09, we got sports coming up in about 5 minutes, sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Hey, Wisconsin, Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the once-a-year auto show sales event is on. Prime time to explore all that's new, score enticing offers, and get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade. Right now, well-qualified buyers can lock in 0% 5-year financing on favorites like the invigorating all-wheel drive Mazda CX-30 Carbon Edition, Premium, or Turbo models. Or get 0% 60-month financing on an off-road ready Mazda CX-50 Premium, Premium Plus, or Turbo models, and be ready for spring and summer fun. Connect with Holiday and enjoy the relaxed, welcoming attitude, transparent, simplified buying approach, and genuine guest care that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me, you'll be in great hands with Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer and top-selling Mazda certified pre-owned dealer on your side. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
7:10, what do you see on the roads, Deb?
Well, a little bit of a backup along 94 eastbound in a couple of spots. One between Barker Road and Calhoun, and then again right past 76th Street. on eastbound 94. So just a couple of pockets. We do have a broken down vehicle in the stadium interchange. It is off on the right shoulder, so at least you can get past it without much of a problem. Otherwise, everything else is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and breezy, then an afternoon chance for a few showers and even some thunderstorms. 1 or 2 storms could be on the stronger side. Up to near 70 degrees today. Showers and storms then turn to light snow showers tonight as a strong cold front moves through. Cold and blustery, lows near 20. After early snow on Wednesday, blustery with a gradual clearing, highs in the upper 20s. Mostly sunny and breezy for Thursday, a high of 42. Partly cloudy for Friday and highs in the upper 40s. And by Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee temp at 53 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
7:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Are you going out to this museum thing today?
Yeah, we'll see if I can make it out there.
Somebody's got to go.
Yeah, we're sending Julian for sure.
Okay, so for sure they're having a big show and tell, if you will, at the Milwaukee Public Museum because they're packing up. Early 2027 is when they've targeted the museum to open. And so we talked, some of the exhibits aren't going to be lifted entirely and then just reinstalled in a new place. But there, of course, the artifacts and things.
They got a lot of stuff.
They got to box it up and move it.
When you're moving, you think boxes. You think only about, you walk down the street, you just walk into places. Are there boxes here? Have you seen any boxes?
That's a bit, right?
So should I bring some boxes?
I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
Some newspaper?
The show and tell today is the MPM curators pack first collections to prepare for move. Milwaukee Public Museum curators have begun the multi-year effort to carefully pack objects in their collection in preparation for the move to the future museum. So they've invited folks to come watch that process. They have to label and barcode everything. They don't know what it is.
So it's not just a Sharpie on the outside of the box?
like printer paper box that you brought from work. It's like bones upstairs.
Third floor, right. Bones.
Right. Masks. Arrowheads.
Oh, this box isn't marked. What is it? Which room? And then the 2 men in a truck guy doesn't know where to bring it.
I don't know. It just says stuffed raccoon. Where does the raccoon go? Which raccoon is it labeled? Right. No, they can't do that, right? You got to be real specific.
Everything
I think they barcode everything, right?
Yeah.
Catalog it. It's actually probably good, so they know exactly what they have, these priceless artifacts. So they're doing that and going through that extensive process. They're going to open that up for folks to come and see today.
Well, media come to see.
Right, you don't get to.
Right.
So you need to go over there.
I got to sneak in there?
Julian will be there.
Yeah, he'll be there for
WTMJ,
sure.
So either way, we're going to see what this is about. Packing up and moving.
You could be at a funeral and everyone's crying, they're bereaved, and you're looking at the casket going, boy, that's a nice box right there. Look at the handles on that baby. I could put a whole stereo right in there.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
The thought has crossed my mind, E, that I might get a February mow-in.
Is that right?
Can you imagine mowing the lawn in February?
Why not? Hey, just to say you did it.
Yeah, Vince Vitrano here for Great Lakes Landscape. And I like to mow my lawn, but if you look at your lawn and think I'm going to have to start mowing the lawn again, you don't have to.
Right.
Consider a maintenance package with Great Lakes Landscape, or some of those trees and shrubs getting a bit too much to handle. Get a free estimate from Great Lakes Landscape on having their professionals do that work for you this spring into the summer and the fall. Maybe you're looking for a full landscape maintenance package for your home or business so you don't have to do a thing. They got My Yard ready for winter this season. They will help you have an easier spring and set you up great for the summer. It's Ryan over there at Great Lakes Landscape. He leads a fantastic team. Their landscape consultants are meeting with families across southeast Wisconsin right now so you can be set to go in spring. Southeast Wisconsin's premier installation and maintenance company. Get them working for you. Great Lakes Landscape, WI.com. That's Great Lakes Landscape, WI.com.
There's a reason people sold to Grandview Homes instead of using a real estate agent.
We needed to sell Mom's home quickly and with a company we could rely on.
No showings, no closing costs, no added stress.
Visit GrandviewHomes.com to discover the easiest and fastest way to sell a home.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Brewers played this afternoon, got the Angels in spring training. This game is not on the air here on WTMJ. Our next broadcast actually tomorrow afternoon, and this is a good one. Wednesday, we host the Cubs at American Family Fields of Phoenix, which means going head-to-head with former manager Craig Counsell. Talked a bit about our new manager, Pat Murphy, how he sees things. I like this cat. He is interesting, and I really like his perspective on the games. He's 65. He's seen everything. He's coached at every level, right? So maybe when you have a younger manager, this is a guy who's going to lean on the veterans for leadership. Manager Pat Murphy, he's leaning into the young guys.
There's nothing worse than older guy arrogance in the clubhouse, right? Yes, sir. Like, don't run in front of me. What the hell are you doing running in front of me? You know, that kind of bullshit.
Doesn't suffer fools, Murphy, right?
Older guy arrogance.
Right, don't want to see that guy. Well, I've played 3-4 years in the game, and you're new, so I'm going to tell you what you have to do.
I'm
right?
28.
Right. I mean, there's leadership, and then there's, just being a jag.
Yeah.
So actually, Murphy really thinks that his young guys, and we have a young team, can sort of inspire those guys who've been around for a while.
The old guys can see that and say, yeah, that's the love of the game. That's that passion. That's that being in the present moment. That's what it's about, being in that present moment. In my opinion, that's what this whole thing's about. That's how they're successful.
Brewers, by the way, lost to the Reds 8-3 in spring training yesterday.
Fresh off their big win over the Sixers on Sunday, the Bucks in Charlotte tonight. You can hear that game on WTMJ. Wisconsin plays Indiana in Indiana for college hoops. And then there's this. Still a lot of conversation about what to do with storming the court. This after Wake Forest beat Duke over the weekend, and someone got hurt.
Wake stays unbeaten at home, 15-0. The students have stormed the court.
That's a call on Muirfield. Kyle Filipowski, big Duke star, was injured as that crowd rolled in. One student ran into him. He busted up his knee. It's sprained right now. We'll see if he's going to be able to play in their next game. Duke head coach John Shire unhappy.
Players and coaches and officials are the only people that belong on a court. And so, yes, something should be done now. Like immediately.
So I'm curious what they come up with. A lot of people upset with Wake Forest. This is Seth Greenberg from ESPN.
Wake Forest and their administration, shame on you, because you should have had something in place to make sure, most important thing, the security of the visiting team.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I mean, he's
we've
right,
seen
but
that
also,
before,
right,
though.
this happens.
There's a rope that's up there, security, and still you see a crowd run through. So I'm curious to see what they can do with that. I misspoke earlier, by the way. Bucks at home against Charlotte.
Don't cost us a home game now.
Sorry
right?
about that.
We'll
Bucks at Fiserv tonight.
7:19, Wisconsin's Morning News.
Once the final whistle blows, Bucks Talk with Justin Garcia is on the air.
Let's go, baby!
Recap every Bucks game, win or lose with Bucks Talk. Get the highlights, analysis, and preview the next matchup for the Bucks on their conquest for another championship.
We've talked about this team and their clutch metrics. Fourth quarter has to be your best quarter. And this team played that way, and they've continued to do that.
It's Bucks Talk with Justin Garcia, only here on the home of the Bucks, WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's a leap year, which means we have a February 29th. And that's a good thing for you because we got a great deal going at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, but it only lasts till the end of the month. So you get a bonus day to get in on this. 0% interest for up to 3 years. Or take this package. No down payment, no interest, no payments at all for up to 18 months. Imagine you get the beautiful Pella Windows and Doors team in your home, and you don't have to make a single payment on those windows and doors for a year and a half. Take advantage now. The deal at Pella only lasts until February 29th. Pella's expert team installs year-round. They can customize your new windows and doors to match your unique home or whatever the need is. They finish installation in as little as a day. I had a big project at my home. They were done in a day. It was a full day, but they were done. And when the guys were done, could never tell they were there, but for the beautiful windows and doors that they left behind at my home. You start customizing your home today with 0% interest for up to 3 years, or this deal, make no down payment, no interest, pay nothing for 18 months. Certain restrictions do apply. See the showroom for details. Offer ends 2/29/24. Visit PellaWI.com.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too.
If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Checking in with Debbie at 7:21. Then we talk live with Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Deb.
Alrighty, 4394 northbound, just past Holt Avenue. We've got the right lane blocked, partially blocked with a broken down van, so that's going to be tying things up. We've also got a crash on eastbound 94 right at 35th Street's on-ramp. It's off on the left shoulder. Disabled vehicle still being worked on in the Stadium interchange on westbound 94 as well. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, they got cleared. There was 8 disabled vehicles on 94 between Racine and Kenosha counties. Now, a lot of those got cleared up. We still have a couple of them in Kenosha County near Highway 50, another one in Caledonia right around Highway G. Just keep things in perspective here because things might still be a little bit slick out there because of wet roads, you know. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
There's a 50-degree difference between today's projected high at the lake of 70 and tonight's low of 20. We could change from showers and storms tonight into snow early tomorrow. 53 right now in Milwaukee. At 7:22 on Wisconsin's Morning News, Chief Meteorologist at TMJ4, Brian Niznansky on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline with us this morning. Hey, Niz, first on, Debbie was mentioning the slick roads. Did we get some sprinkles overnight, or is that like that ground sweat that happens?
Yeah, it's pretty much the ground sweat. Also, like a lot more moisture starting to build. So, like,
is there a meteorological term for that, or am I on that? Is it called ground sweat in school, or?
Think of it as like a sweating glass, like a nice ice cold glass, of your favorite beverage in the summertime that sweats in the warmth. Pretty much the same idea going on with the ground this morning. There's just a lot more moisture too in the air. It wouldn't be humid for summer standards, but for February standards, a humid day on the way for today.
So how quickly do we turn the corner here? We've got let me see. Brendan's got a high of 73 today away from the lake, and then a low of 20 tonight. How quick does that change happen, and when do we pull the trigger?
Well, first we have to talk about, thunderstorms. But yeah, that cold, the dip of cold is going to be when that cold front passes through, probably somewhere around like 8, 9 o'clock this evening for most of southeastern Wisconsin, sooner for our western spots. A little bit later if you're right along the lake shore. But yeah, I think we'll see most of that drop within a few hours. So I don't think you'll get the full 50-degree drop in a few hours, but a good chunk of that will happen in a few hours. And then by tomorrow morning, we could have a dusting of snow on the ground and feeling like winter again.
And before all of that, the potential for some severe stuff tonight?
Yeah. Finding ourselves, it's a little bit different. The environment isn't quite as sheared as our round a couple weeks ago that spawned a tornado. But yeah, I think we find ourselves in the warm sector of an area of low pressure, that southeast quadrant again, before that cold front arrives. And we could have some pretty good thunderstorms. And I think the window for that, the best chance will probably be between like 5 and 8 o'clock this evening before that cold front pushes through. So keeping an eye on the chance of, whether it's large hail, strong winds, or an isolated tornado again. For some thunderstorms. Best chance for us will be our southern counties. So, like, again, Walworth County, Kenosha County, Racine County, those spots that have the warmest and more moist air mass out of the area.
So looking ahead to the weekend so we'll take a little bit of a dip here, right, with a high of just 28 on Wednesday, then warming up into the 40s, and then weekend where we could be back in the 50s, maybe 60-something?
Maybe 60 again, yeah.
Let me just lead you to the territory I want you to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, right around 60 once again, where it's like, here we go again. I mean, this isn't just spouting off 1 or 2 days. It's another, pretty good, heat wave for this time of year. Easily going to be the warmest winter on record when things are all said and done by the end of the month, and likely our warmest February on record as well, guys. So, pretty crazy stuff, that's for sure. Hey, Vinny, I'm not letting you go. I was gone. I was so sad I missed out on the festivities yesterday. Happy birthday, buddy. I hear they
Niz,
Yes.
and you know, Niz, because we went through this when we were on the morning show together over there. Like, I worked really hard to keep the birthday a secret. I didn't want you coming out there with cake and goofing on me. And
because there were past people who would love to come out there.
For example.
Hey-o, baby.
Right, turned into a clown show. I didn't want that. I guess
I can only imagine who you're talking about.
I guess
by
you're
the
a
way.
true friend, Niz, because you never violated that. My current friends of Eric and Pancake made a big old deal out of it yesterday.
See, what you did is you did it to yourself because you made it very clear what you don't want.
Right.
And you know that on your 50th, you're going to get what you don't want.
It was the opposite of everything I wanted my work birthday
My
to be.
favorite part, though, is like, why is Vince so frustrated? Oh, because we told him happy birthday.
Exactly.
What a jerk.
Hey, well, I hope you did have a good birthday. I'm sure you're really. I saw the picture with the glasses.
Eric made me wear them. He made me. But you know me, Niz, like funny trumps wrong. So, the joke was on me, but it was funny. So I leaned into the bit. It was good.
Oh, it was good stuff. I loved it. But, here's the 50 more, Vinny.
Yeah. I think the ride ends well before that, but thank you, Niz.
If you'd like to
Appreciate
see Vince's surprise from his surprise singing yesterday, just text the word birthday to 855-616-1620. We'll send you the video.
Thanks, my friend. Enjoy the day.
Just an FYI.
All right, see you guys. Later.
News it is.
You don't have to text it. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was off about 62 points, closed at 39,069. The NASDAQ off 21 to 15,976. And the S&P 500 closed Monday at 5070. That was down nearly 20 points. Great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com. Click on the Get Started button now.
A happy birthday.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and folks who live here. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Brokers, R&R Insurance. And joining us today is Jeff Salasinski. He's Vice President of Insurance Operations. Good to see you again, Jeff. We've been talking a lot on the news lately about these huge settlements and jury awards that are happening in court. I know that's something that's on your radar.
Yeah, thank you, Vince. It's great to be here. Business owners and individuals need to know the courts are open. They've been largely closed for a couple of years following the pandemic. You're seeing attorney advertising everywhere. It's attacking virtually every industry. These excessive awards and settlements are becoming less shocking. People are just simply becoming desensitized to some of these huge numbers.
So what's any of that got to do with insurance then?
So both inflation and legal system abuse that we've been speaking of may have already rendered your insurance limits inadequate.
Okay, this is the insurance I have right now. You're saying not enough to cover potential damages.
Correct. You might see one of these big numbers against your company as a business owner, perhaps against you as an individual in an auto accident. If you had $500 or $1 million a few years ago, it might not be enough today.
Okay, lots of folks do insurance. Why is R&R Insurance the company to count on?
It's really important to work with an insurance professional that understands these issues like R&R. You need in-depth analysis on today's risks and how they impact your business and you as an individual. R&R can help you make a data-driven decision to make sure the selections you're making are adequate. Today's environment is incredibly dynamic, as we've spoken for on our previous engagements. It's rapidly changing. You need a partner that understands what's going on, what's important, and how you manage risk and finding a solution in this market.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Great info as always, Jeff. More information online at myknowledgebroker.com.
Save 50% or more on amazing seafood at Sendix. Don't miss out. Go to Sendix.com and lock in your order today. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
7:30, I'm Vince Vetrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 27th, our top story. Take your pick of weather. We'll probably have it today.
I'm Eric Bilstead. A contentious recall election.
I'm Debbie Lazago. Got some action out there. 41 southbound, just south of Hampton. We've got an accident off on the left shoulder. Another one on eastbound 94 at 35th Street. On the left shoulder as well. Another issue on 4394 northbound. Right lane is partially blocked just north of Holt Avenue with a disabled vehicle. A crash on the ramp from Holt Avenue to southbound 4394 as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today, mostly sunny, breezy this afternoon. Starts to get interesting with showers and storms possible on our way to a high of 73 away from the lake. Right now at 53 in Milwaukee. And from this WTMJ Breaking News Center, Southeast Wisconsin, we'll get a range of weather over the next 24 hours. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky, just now at Wisconsin's Morning News, says the temperature drop will start late this evening and will go pretty quick.
I think we'll see most of that drop within a few hours. So I don't think you'll get the full 50-degree drop in a few hours, but a good chunk of that will happen in a few hours. And then by tomorrow morning, we could have a dusting of snow on the ground and feeling like winter again.
Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 7:40.
Special recall election today in the Raymond School District in Racine County could remove 2 school board members. It comes as questions remain over why the school board voted not to renew Principal Jeff Peterson's contract and why the superintendent stepped down. Residents tell TMJ4 News the atmosphere in the community has been highly contentious.
There are kids who are getting bullied at school because of the signs in their yard.
I did not take my signs down, even though my daughter said, please, Grandma, please take it down. And I said, well, we're almost done.
More than 2,000 people are eligible to participate in the recall election today.
The mother of that missing 3-year-old little boy from Manitowoc County, Elijah Vu, is now charged with child neglect as well as obstructing an officer. This as the search for Elijah today enters its second week. Monday, members of the community were there at the Manitowoc County Courthouse. Katrina Bauer and Elijah's caregiver, Jesse Vang, were formally charged. Sarah Deering telling NBC 26 News out of Green Bay.
The community needs to know that everybody needs to come together to help find him and to hopefully bring him home one way or another.
Bauer and Vang due back in court in early March. Meanwhile, the Two Rivers Police Department warning of third-party scams seeking money or personal information.
900 employees laid off from Generac Power Systems in 2023 due to staffing adjustments. Starting in 2022, the company reduced production of generators after building up inventory. Now, the Milwaukee Business Journal reports executives say the orders from dealers initially slowed, then cited a soft consumer environment. During the layoffs, Generac added 100 engineers to the team. The company says they hope to add production roles in Whitewater.
It would be the largest grocery store merger in U.S. history if government regulators allow it.
Last year, grocery prices went up by 5%. You probably felt that, roughly double the 20-year average. And the year before that, they skyrocketed by more than 11%. Now, this deal would give Kroger and Albertsons control of more than 10% of the domestic grocery market. And combined, the companies employ roughly 700,000 people across 48 states.
That's CBS News correspondent Jolene Kent.
In the classroom, generative AI is here to stay, says one university professor.
Marquette education professor Gabriel Velez tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News he wants his students to use AI as a starting point.
It'll give you topics, and then what you do is you take those topics, because it's summarizing from a lot of knowledge out there. You go down to the library, and you use those topics to start searching for actual research.
Velez understands it can be a slippery slope to plagiarism. However,
I've actually worked with Marquette's integrity office there to be like, well, how can we deal with it as a learning process? So rather than punishing, saying this is a student plagiarizing, let's talk about how we can teach them and how we can show them how to use it in a different way.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Coming up, look who's crashing the Academy Awards.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
This February, elevate your driving experience with Griffin's Service Department, where precision meets passion. Hello, valued customers. This is Jim Griffin, and I'm thrilled to share with you an exceptional opportunity this month. Love is not only in the air, but it's also in our exclusive Valentine's Special. For just $179.95, our Valentine's Special includes oil change, tire rotation, air filter, and wiper blade replacement. But that's not all. Your car will undergo meticulous multi-point inspection, ensuring every aspect of your car is in optimal condition. Plus, we'll check the battery and heating system, guaranteeing your vehicle is prepared for the road ahead. This incredible offer is available at all 5 Griffin Service Departments. Whether you're on the north, south, or west side of town, Griffin Service Departments are ready to cater to your needs. Visit Griffin today for detailed information and restrictions. Griffin Service Department, setting the standard in automotive excellence, because your car deserves nothing but the best. Discover true automotive love at Griffin, your trusted partner on the road.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group. I have some questions for you. Who does your books? Hopefully not you. There are better things for you to do in running your business. Do you trust the numbers? Good numbers are critical for making good decisions. Are you getting the advice you need to minimize your taxes and put more money in your pocket? A good advisor makes suggestions to help your business grow and minimize taxes, not just put numbers on a form. Do your calls get returned and your questions answered? Many of our new clients tell us they love our quick response time. We have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Get the advice you want and need to grow your business and minimize taxes. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help. Again, nealgroup.net.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Got a spring training report from Arizona from our guy, WTMJ's Dom Catronio. We'll do that at 7:45.
Looks like Ken will be center stage at the Academy Awards.
Variety reports Ryan Gosling will perform his Oscar-nominated song from the Barbie movie. He'd told the outlet earlier he hadn't been asked, but he was open to it, unlike his mindset when he was first offered the role. Gosling says he almost turned it down because of scheduling conflict. The movie wound up grossing over $1.4 billion and earned Gosling award nominations for his singing and acting. His co-star Margot Robbie and director Greta Gerwig were both snubbed. The Oscars are a week from Sunday at Hollywood's Dolby Theater. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
So does he mention that? Does that become part of the song, the bit?
There's almost a part of me that wondered, like, do you turn that down then? Because what are they going to? They're not going to boo him. It's not his fault.
No, you got to do it. You got to take the attention if it's being offered, right?
Yeah. If he wins, he's not going to win, right?
If
he doesn't
I don't think
Oscar,
so. If
right?
he were to win, then he'll definitely mention him.
But
But
it shouldn't
like,
be me. It should be them up here.
Yeah,
and I didn't do
yeah.
this by myself, and all those things.
But I was just thinking maybe during the performance would he little snarky comment or something. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them
You're
at
not
Steinhoffels.
interested. You don't think so? Okay.
Steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffel's President's Day mattress sale is the best time to save big on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress. Save up to $300 and pay only $46 per month for a queen Tempur-Pedic mattress when you use Steinhoffel's 60-month financing. Plus, save $200 more when you upgrade to an adjustable base set. Tempur-Pedics are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by supporting the body as no other mattress can. The President's Day mattress sale, only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
Sandy Max here with an awesome opportunity from my friends at Three Pillars, Wisconsin's top-rated senior living community in beautiful Lake Country. Three Pillars is hiring assisted living caregivers and really needs folks for the overnight shifts. Pay rates start at $20 an hour, plus they'll give you a $2,000 bonus if you apply and receive an offer by February 29th. Great place, greater cause, making a huge difference in the lives of others. And you make $2,000 before you even start. Go to threepillars.org and click the Careers tab to learn more. That's threepillars.org.
Pick up the best wild bird food for less during our KT sale this week at Fleet Farm. Get 20 pounds of basic blend on sale for only $6.99. Save on a 35-pound bag of Birders Blend for just $21.99. Plus, we carry over 150 varieties of wild bird food, so you'll find something for every bird in your backyard. Save on everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you've got water in your house, you need Guthrie and Fry. We've got their water softener. We get their salt delivery. We've got reverse osmosis that protects the water in our house. They've got the best people. They've got the best products. It's Guthrie and Fry. They treat their clients like their family. I feel that every time they're in our house, you need Guthrie and Fry. Fixed rental rates, convenient salt delivery programs. It's gfwater.com.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
20 to 8. What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Well, we got a few issues out there. First of all, on 41 southbound, just past Hampton Avenue, got a crash there on the left shoulder. It's going to be adding to your headaches. We got eastbound on 94 at about 35th Street. We got the left shoulder with another crash there. Another one on 4394 southbound's on-ramp from Holt. It is luckily off on the right shoulder in that the investigation site. On the northbound side, we do have a delay because of a broken down vehicle right about at Holt as well. Looks like it's a truck. That it's partially blocking that right lane. It's way off on the right shoulder, but it's kind of almost in that lane. So definitely seeing delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange up to that point. Otherwise, your usual delays. Westbound 94 slow out of the Marquette all the way through the stadium. Eastbound's going to be backed up from the zoo through the stadium as well. And don't forget, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you do happen to see something we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. For today, mostly sunny and breezy, then an afternoon and evening chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. 1 or 2 storms could be on the stronger side. Up to near 70 degrees today. Showers and storms then turn to light snow showers tonight. Strong cold front moves through, cold and blustery as lows dip to around 20 degrees. After some early snow on Wednesday, blustery with gradual clearing, high near 28. Mostly sunny and breezy for Thursday, a high of 42. Partly cloudy for Friday, highs in the upper 40s, and mostly sunny for Saturday with a high of 57. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now, 53 in Milwaukee. On this Tuesday morning. If you're waiting for an update on the government funding stuff going on in Washington, you have to wait till Friday on the show. Issue another moratorium.
Moratorium, all right. Excellent.
Well, because once again, Congress is working or not working to cobble together one of these CRs, continuing resolutions on how we, keep the lights on in the government, which is the basic function of what you do. And we've had... in this Congress, I think it's 4 already, or maybe this is the 4th.
So you don't like a good saber rattle?
Right. So I could go on, Eric and I have access to, and Adam, who puts our newscast together. ABC News has a bunch of offerings on this lawmaker peeing on another lawmaker's shoes, and we can have all of that on whose fault it is and the finger pointing. And it runs out Friday, but usually what happens is they eventually figure it out and extend it out for 6 weeks or 6 months or whatever it will be. So
try to do that in the cover of darkness so they can kind of avoid the attention on it.
And I just get tired of the cranking up the anxiety on the American people all the time. Well, it's going to run out. And then they figure it out on Friday. So moratorium until Friday on this show to talk about that.
Okay.
If we get to Friday and it still looks like, this actually may not happen, you're going to have government functions shutting down.
We also have impeachment moratorium.
Is that still in place? That's right.
No impeachment conversation unless there's actually an impeachment.
Right, unless we actually So that's where the program stands this morning.
Good.
If Scafidi wants to do it, he can do it.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to wait till 9 then. 7:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Floor Coverings International. They're doing the flooring in my house, and it is awesome. You get a rave-worthy experience with Floor Coverings International, the stars of flooring. Now enjoy special financing and save hundreds off on new floors during FCI's Save with the Stars event. Enjoy FCI's all-star service, including the mobile flooring showroom. I love that. Thousands of options, down to the penny quotes, and professional installation by one local team for your entire project. Offer ends 11/30/23, so schedule your in-home consultation today at fcipromo.com. Offer good at participating locations.
So last person you had out at the house told you, hey, you're going to need a new furnace. Vince Vitrano here for Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and Electrical. Love to give you a second opinion on that. The owner there, Brent, good guy. I've had him in my home. What he really loves to do is get the unit that you already have working at peak efficiency. Now, if you need a new furnace, he can do that for you, and he'll be honest with you. And Absolute Comfort HVAC and Electrical offers 24/7 emergency service. You can call Brent for your electrical needs at your home or your business. Honest, local, committed to their craft. Actually, today we're probably... Is anybody running the air conditioner today? You're not, right?
Oh, come on.
73? Yeah, it's a little humid in the house there. Somebody's going to fire that thing up.
You need a second day of it, right?
Right, yeah, 2 days. It's getting a little warm in here. Well, Brent, they do AC as well, and he'll be happy to offer you or sign you up for the spring AC tune-up. Right now they're on furnaces, but either way, give them a call. It's Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and Electrical. Here's the number, 262-664-9284, and the website is absolutecomfortwi.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Eric Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
I mean, you like it to be comfortable in your home, right? So, I mean, if you're not comfortable, fire it up.
Yeah,
right?
you do you. I suppose that's true.
Brewers and Angels this afternoon in spring training. Next broadcast game on WTMJ will be tomorrow afternoon, and that's when we got Craig Counsell and the Cubs with a 2 p.m. broadcast time here on WTMJ. Now, listen to the game a bit Monday afternoon. I was telling you, Brewers lost to the Reds 8-3. So many young guys playing that for a while, like I tuned in, I don't know what inning I tuned in, but I'm like, who's up to bat here? Is that our
You weren't even sure.
Wasn't even quite sure. And then I heard a name or two I recognized, right? And then, okay, you figure it out because so many young guys are up as part of the roster early in spring training. So manager Pat Murphy is not particularly interested in the wins and losses here in spring training. He's working the guys out. WTMJ's Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, reports from spring training.
Youth has always served the first week or so of spring training between pitch limits and letting the veterans rest before the long season. We've already had glimpses at the future of the Brewers in games.
It's about, getting the opportunity to make things happen. It's getting the opportunity to see guys in different situations. But it's hard to get it all in one day. And find out about these young kids, give them some opportunities, see how they react to things.
Manager Pat Murphy. One of those young guys is Brewers first rounder Brock Wilken, already with 2 hits and 2 walks in his first handful of spring training games. He knows third base is a position of need, maybe even in the near future.
You kind of got to stay in the moment, right? You got to stay where your feet are. And, it's not up to me. It's ultimately not up to me. So being able to just go out there and play and stay locked in the moment and is kind of doing my thing.
The Brewers are in Tempe today to visit the Angels. Jansen Junk is on the mound against his former team, against Zach Plesac. First pitch is at 2:10. Reporting from Phoenix, Dominic Catronio, WTMJ.
College hoops, Wisconsin plays Indiana at IU tonight. Bucks and Charlotte tonight at Fiserv Forum. You can hear that game right here on WTMJ. And speaking of the NBA, I don't know if you caught the end of this Knicks-Pistons game on Monday night. So it was a 113-111 eked out victory by the Knicks, but there was a blatant foul at the end of the game that was not called. New York guard Dante DiVincenzo, our guy,
right, for Milwaukee Bucks,
plowed into a Detroit player, and they didn't call it. Pistons coach Monte Williams lost his mind afterward.
We had a chance to win the game, and the guy dove into Asar's legs, and there was a no call. That's an abomination. You cannot miss that in an NBA game.
Oof. Referee James Williams, the crew chief, did admit after the game upon post-game review, a loose ball foul should have been whistled. Thanks, I guess, but
that's one of those where, like, when it's your team, do you want to hear the ref come correct?
Yeah,
we missed that.
And I got nothing else to say. We want a fair game, and that was not fair. I'm done.
He's done.
The absolute worst
Was he
call.
done?
He's still going. All right.
No call.
Now we get it, Coach.
Well, the Pistons have won 8 games this year, so it's not exactly consequential. But look, appreciate the coach. They're trying to do what they're trying to do.
And I got nothing else to say. We want a fair game.
All right.
And
Fine.
that was not fair.
Noted.
I'm done.
7:49, Wisconsin's Morning News. We'll talk to Mark Tauscher next.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, they have an outstanding deal going on. Get 0% interest for up to 3 years, or you make no down payment, no interest, and no payments for up to 18 months. Imagine having beautiful Pella Windows and Doors installed, but not having to make a single payment on them for a year and a half. Take advantage, because this deal at Pella only lasts until February 29th. Pella's expert team installs year-round, and they can customize any window or door to match your unique home. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks peels back the curtain to give fans unique access and deep storytelling unlike ever before. Subscribe and download right now to get a companion podcast to the new Amazon documentary, Giannis, A Marvelous Journey. Hear about the making of the dog and learn about how Milwaukee became home for the Adetokounmpo family. Find Behind the Bucks at bucks.com/plus or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
7:51. Got real busy on the roads, Deb.
Yeah, it did. We got southbound 41 with an accident just south of Hampton, just before Capitol Drive. Backup stretching all the way back to Good Hope Road. We've also got an accident 94 eastbound at about 35th Street off on the left shoulder. That's backing things up out of the Zoo interchange. We've also got an accident on the ramp from, what is that? Holt Avenue to southbound 4394. Luckily, it is kind of sort of off to the side, so you should be able to use that ramp. It's not closing that ramp at the moment. We've got slow speeds on 94 eastbound coming out of the Highway 16 area all the way past Barker Road. And we've also got backups on westbound 894 from the Mitchell interchange out to about Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. How about this? High of 70 degrees. That's at the lake today. 73, your inland high. And then things get interesting late this afternoon with a chance for showers and storms moving in. Showers and storms tonight, then turning cold and blustery. We drop to a low temperature of 20. 50-degree temperature change in a matter of hours, and then snow showers to start your Wednesday, and a high of just 28 degrees. Right now, 53 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
You know, the old saying, look good, feel good, play good, that is taken to heart.
Innovator.
We go and to surprise our fans and as a team, Coach Alvarez gets us these fancy new jerseys that are white trim on the side. Everybody's jacked up. Oh my God, these unis are awesome. They're hip.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
Colorado beats us by 45 points, and those jerseys never saw the light of day again.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You're not turning on the AC today, are you, Tausch?
No, I don't think so.
But you seem to be,
what is it,
to be a guy who likes to keep it a little cool, though.
Why do you say that, Vinny? That's interesting you'd ask. But you're right. I'm just curious what makes you feel that way.
I think you're a bigger fella, and you like to keep it cool, and that just seems to be the pattern.
No, Tausch, you've told us before, you run a little hot, you've said.
Yeah, right.
I do, and yeah, it's a fair assessment of the situation. I am a little bit of a larger fella, and I think I'm always of the belief that you can always throw a blanket on. When you're sweating and it's hot and all that, there's not a ton you can do. I prefer, to me, the perfect temp is about 40 to 47, where you can wear shorts and a long sleeve shirt with a vest, or it will warm up. I don't need it to be, I know everybody's going to say, well, that's crazy. You need it to be 60 or 70. I think that you can accomplish everything you want. You want to go biking, you can go walking. I'll golf when it's in that upper 40s. I feel good in that area. That's why I love fall, that crisp air. Once you start getting 70 plus, I'll start fighting a little bit.
Wow, 70 plus, boy, that's tough here then, because that's a lot of the summer, man. I mean,
well, listen, I like it, but I'll say this: I think this winter has sucked. You've gotten nothing out of it. If you like ice fishing or snowmobiling, I know everybody up north. They depend so much on snowmobiling and all of the festival stuff that you do. And what have we had? Maybe 2 weeks of winter. So I think this winter is it's been brown and muddy. There's been nothing. What have we really accomplished other than, it's not freezing cold? Bring me a little bit of snow. Bring me a little bit of cold. I feel like we've been shortchanged when it comes to our winter this year.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
Hey, Tausch, let me ask you this. So we've been discussing this whole idea of storming the courts. We had that Duke player who was injured when Wake Forest beat Duke
allegedly,
over the weekend.
right? And we kind of agree on that.
Sprained his knee. We'll see if he actually is out. But it's not the first time a player's been dinged up because of court storming. What's your take? What do we do about the court storming?
Yeah, it's I was talking to Pancake a little bit before that when we jumped on here, and I'm a little bit torn because obviously the reason we love sports is the passion and all this stuff. But it's gotten crazy. Wake Forest was a 2.5-point favorite. This isn't Duke with Christian Laettner and Grant Hill and Thomas Hill and everybody else that Bobby Hurley. This was your favorite to win. And I think from my perspective, and I was not here when this happened, but when the Michigan game at Camp Randall happened in the season, I want to say it was the Rose Bowl season.
Yeah, early 90s.
And yeah, all of the the tragedy and the tears, and you heard former players that had to go back out and try to resuscitate people. I always wonder, is the juice worth the squeeze? And the people that are saying, well, you need to have, I just was listening on Get Up, and you need to have the kids sign a contract that they're not going to run out on the court before.
No.
It's like, what are you guys doing? You got a million monster problems in the world, and you're asking 18 and 19-year-old kids to sign a contract that they'll wait 30 seconds to run out on the court. Be respectful. The problem, one of the big problems, I think, people aren't looking up. Everybody's got their phone out, and they're sprinting, and they're running into guys, and people are just, they're going to go up, and they feel emboldened to take a shot at this Duke kid that was running off the court. Get rid of it. I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze. I just get rid of it. Your lawsuits and injuries to players and refs and coaches, I don't think anyone's going to say if something bad happens that it was worth all of this. So I am fine with saying be done with all the court storming.
All right, all in favor? E? Aye?
I'm having a hard time.
I know. I don't want to be the no fun police. But
it's a fun visual.
Yeah.
It's a fun visual. And, again, I don't want to suck the passion out of this.
Yeah.
But I don't think, you know what? Go out in the quad after the game and celebrate Deer District. Get out there. Cool. Let it rip. But I understand why people want to do it, but I just don't think an injury to any of the people, personnel from the teams is ever going to be worth having a visual of people storming a court. I just don't.
Fair
NFL
enough.
Combine tomorrow, Tausch. We'll talk about it.
Looking forward to it.
Business headlines are up next. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
Negotiations accelerate for labor union contracts at Harley-Davidson in Menominee Falls and Tomahawk. They expire at the end of March and impact about 1,100 steel workers and machinists. Generac Power Systems cuts 900 jobs the past year through attrition as the company slows production to reduce inventory. Hiring set to resume this spring in Whitewater and Jefferson. More Collectivo coffee for Chicagoland. The Milwaukee Roaster looks at new locations later this year and early next year in Ravenswood and Southport. That goes with 5 existing shops in Chi-Town. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
Here's something you won't hear from any other jeweler. Right now, when you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct, we'll give you a free gold setting for it. Yes, a 14-karat classic solitaire setting in white gold or yellow gold at no charge with any natural diamond purchase. So all your money can go toward a bigger diamond while you still get the classic look she wants in that engagement ring. Another example of Diamonds Direct's extraordinary value. Or if you want to take it up to the next level, Diamonds Direct also has a fantastic selection of halo, pave, vintage, 3-stone, and other popular mountings. Or maybe she wants a designer ring, like the one she's seen on social media. Well, Diamonds Direct has those too. In fact, we are an authorized retailer for all the top designers from New York and California. Whichever setting you choose, you'll also be able to choose your finance plan. Diamonds Direct now has a wide range of finance options with attractive rates and terms up to 60 months, so you can get the ideal setting to fit your style with the ideal payment to fit your budget. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Store hours, directions, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
You know what happens when a smart group of medical professionals get together and commit to a technology designed to relieve your aching joints without surgery? It's called QC Kinetics.
And this guy knows the power of a solid team. Emmitt Smith, football legend and Dancing with the Stars champ.
This elite medical group, some of them orthopedic doctors, got together and said, why are we prescribing so many medications? Why are we sending so many people to surgery in droves? Let's change this.
The answer? Natural biologics. our own healing properties, and the outcome is the country's largest provider of non-surgical regenerative treatments, QC Kinetics.
Actually, the real outcome are the tens of thousands of patients who finally got their quality of life back without surgery. Thanks to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Tonight, the Bucks will swat the Hornets at Fiserv Forum.
Dean turns around, tough, fading three, and he drills it from the near wing. Oh, a big-time shot.
With our coverage of the game starting at 6 with Buck Shoot-Around on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:01, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Tuesday, February 27th, our top story. Boy, we had a weather roller coaster today in southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Eric Bilstead, off to the polls in Michigan and Raymond, Wisconsin.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, eastbound on 94, right at 35th Street, off on the left shoulder. We got a crash there, and that's backing things up all the way back to the Zoo interchange. Southbound on 41, just past Hampton Avenue, just before Capitol. We've got an accident on the left shoulder there. That's got things backed up almost to Good Hope Road. And then we've got one other issue on northbound 4394, just about at Holt Avenue. We've got a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder, but it's super close to the driving lane, so you do want to be extra careful. We're seeing delays back through the Plainfield curve. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny and breezy is your storm team forecast for today, on our way to a high of 73 degrees away from Lake Michigan. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, southeast Wisconsin, in for quite a range of weather over the next 24 hours. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky with us earlier on Wisconsin's Morning News said that temperature drop is going to start late this evening. It'll be pretty quick.
I think we'll see most of that drop within a few hours. So I don't think you'll get the full 50-degree drop in a few hours, but a good chunk of that will happen in a few hours. And then by tomorrow morning, we could have a dusting of snow on the ground and feeling like winter again.
Happening today, a special election in the Raymond School District. It could remove 2 school board members. This as questions remain over why the school board voted not to renew Principal Jeff Peterson's contract and why the superintendent resigned. TMJ4's Sydney Orr.
After a few hours of knocking, I was finally connected with a woman named Deb. She told me the reason I was having such a hard time finding someone to talk to was because depending on the viewpoint, there is fear of retribution.
There are kids who are getting bullied at school because of the signs in their yard. I don't care. You bully me all you want. I have no children up there.
In April, those voters will also determine 2 other races for school board.
Serious challenge ahead for President Biden in Michigan's Democratic primary today. Not from another presidential candidate, from an important voting bloc in that swing state.
As the civilian death toll mounts in Gaza, Biden has seen support plunge among Arab Americans, especially in Michigan.
I can't throw my full support behind President Biden.
A protest vote.
I'm voting uncommitted.
Organized by a key subset of voters angry over his support of Israel.
I'm very concerned about the direction this country is taking as far as Gaza.
The implications could be huge in a Biden-Trump rematch this fall. Michigan's Democratic governor predicts today's protest vote will be sizable.
ABC's Perry Rasoum.
The mother of missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu is now facing charges of child neglect as well as obstructing an officer. This is out of Manitowoc County. This as the search for Elijah now enters its 2nd week. Now on Monday, members of the community were on hand at the Manitowoc County Courthouse. This as Katrina Bauer and Elijah's caretaker at the time, Jesse Vang, were formally charged. Sarah Deering tells NBC 26.
The community needs to know that everybody needs to come together to help find him and to hopefully bring him home one way or another.
Bauer and Vang are both still in custody. Meanwhile, the Two Rivers Police Department is warning of third-party scams now, seeking money or personal information from those who are helping to find Elijah as they have search efforts continuing.
8:05 coming up. Where's the beef? More like, what's the price? That story next.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures now open Saturdays 10 to 4.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting.
With the weather getting colder, our prices get even hotter. And at our showroom, you'll see all the top brands of lighting and ceiling fans, such as Visual Comfort, Monte Carlo, and more. Our new in-store visual technology will allow you to find every light and fan from every major brand, including their price and description. And our prices are always the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for Dad and the kids, and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and is located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Imagine, if you will, a wonderland of vehicles. An entire convention center filled with the things you love to drive. It's the Milwaukee Auto Show at the Baird Center downtown, February 24th through March 3rd. Immerse yourself in the latest new cars and trucks. The Milwaukee Auto Show. For tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
A lot of conversation about the future of artificial intelligence, its impact on so many things. What about the classroom, where it's made it so easy to cheat? Or has it? Marquette University professor says it actually has some use in the classroom.
Marquette education professor Gabriel Velez tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News he wants his students to use AI as a starting point.
It'll give you topics, and then what you do is you take those topics, because it's summarizing from a lot of knowledge out there. You go down to the library, and you use those topics to start searching for actual research.
Velez understands it can be a slippery slope to plagiarism. However,
I've actually worked with Marquette's integrity office there to be like, well, how can we deal with it as a learning process? So rather than punishing, saying, this is a student plagiarizing, let's talk about how we can teach them and how we can show them how to use it in a different way.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
There's a little bit of relief at the gas pump.
Gas prices have been going up in recent weeks as some states begin to switch to summer blends of gas, but also because of an Indiana refinery that had problems a few weeks ago and attacks on tankers in the Red Sea. Some of that has stabilized, and the Energy Department reports in the past week the price of regular unleaded has come down 2 cents to $3.25 a gallon. Alex Stone, ABC News.
In Wisconsin, the average price for a gallon of regular is up 7 cents from last week. It's at $3.09.
Fast food chain taking a cue from Uber.
Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is a bacon and sausage croissant plus seasoned potatoes.
Wendy's is expected to roll out surge pricing as early as next year with AI-enabled digital menus and prices like Uber's that vary in certain parts of the day based on fluctuating factors like demand and even the weather. One economist predicts company higher-ups could shoot themselves in the collective foot by introducing something customers could see as price gouging. Data show Wendy's is the most expensive fast food chain in the country after inflation sent prices soaring 30% in a year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Well, I guess unless you're dropping the prices at those slower parts of the day, right? Who's going in for a burger at 2:30 in the afternoon?
That's when I go. If I'm going to get a fast food burger, I always find the off times to go get it. I don't know why.
Yeah, you don't like, I mean, who
I
likes
just don't like
waiting in line?
Waiting in line for something that cheap and cruddy.
Right. Well, so if you're the only guy in the joint, like, let's make a deal, right? If it's a $5 hamburger, how about $2.50? It's sitting right there, and you take it off your hands.
Can you barter at the McDonald's?
I don't know. Like, people barter in retail stores all the time. You always hear that. Yes. You go to, Bloomingdale's or whatever, or Nordstrom's, and you'd say, well, like, that's a real thing.
I didn't know you could do that.
You can't, but people do, and it works.
How does it work?
I kid you not. People do that.
The checker has the ability to be like, okay, I'll drop $10 off.
Yeah, let me get the manager. The manager says, okay, I'll give you this, it's a $50 dress or whatever. How about $38? Yes,
that works.
That's
really?
A thing.
And you're not talking about like small business places. You're talking about like at some of the big box places.
Like a real retailer.
All you got to do is ask.
Do you not know? Am I the only one who knows about this? I wouldn't dare to do it. Gosh, I don't like buying a car, and that's you're supposed to haggle, right? Because I'm so unassertive. Well, I guess that's the price.
Oh, now they'll know when you're coming in. Oh, if Vetrano's here, amp up that price another $2,000.
I bet you people Old National Bank talk and text line, 855-616-1620. I bet you people will back me up on this. That is a thing, like negotiating a price even in big box stores.
I believe the negotiation. I have a hard time believing it at a place like Bloomingdale's or a Boston store.
Yeah, usually those big places are like, that's the price, period.
Well, you know what the price is at Boston store now. That'd be
that's why they're
that'd
gone.
be $0.
Stop, it still stings.
810 on Wisconsin's Morning News. News is sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist. Retire well with Kowal.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kowal. As the founder of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialist, I'm often asked what we mean when we say the Kowal way. At Kowal Investment Group, we know that you've sacrificed to build a life for the ones you love. Our goal is to help you achieve your vision of retirement and enjoy what's most important to you, spending time with family, traveling, and enjoying each day. We're often reminded that the most important things in life aren't things. We can help you enjoy the blessings of life, free from worries about money. We always act as fiduciaries with your best interests in mind. That's the Kowal way. When you have $750,000 or more in investable assets, you know that every decision matters in your path to retirement. Now is the time to make one more smart decision. Call Kowal Investment Group today at 262-522-4040. That's 262-522-4040. Or visit thekowalway.com to schedule your complimentary, no obligation retirement review.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
WTMJ's John Mercure here for senior real estate specialist Bruce and G. Nemovitz. If you've been holding off on selling your home or downsizing your parents' home, now's the time to contact Bruce and Jean. You deserve to enjoy the lifestyle you've earned. Learn how their team will guide you every step of the way. Join me at their free in-person seminar, March 5th, Berner Botanical Gardens. Doors open at 8:30, and you'll get critical info from local senior community representatives. Register at brucesteam.com, taking you from overwhelmed to I can do this. brucesteam.com.
Hey, it's Steve Scafidi for Universal Windows Direct. If you've been cold in your own home, do not suffer through one more winter in a cold and drafty house. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000. 414-410-2000. Super Spacer technology helps keep the edge of the glass warmer, holds the window seal longer, and makes the windows last up to 5 times longer than any other window systems. Schedule your free in-home estimate today, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
812 on Wisconsin's Morning News. What is happening on the roads? You clean some of this up here, Deb?
A little bit, yeah. Really, the only one that's still up on the board is going to be the issue on northbound 4394 at Holt Avenue. That's that broken down. Actually, now I'm looking at the camera. It's gone. So, yay. We do still have delays coming out of the Mitchell interchange up past Holt, so keep that in mind. We've got east and westbound 94 accidents and disabled vehicles through the stadium. All clear. Delays still there. 25th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard on the westbound side. Eastbound slow out of the Zoo interchange all the way to about 35th. Southbound on 41, that earlier accident at Hampton, that's been cleared up, but we do still have some backups in pockets all the way back to Appleton Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today. Our forecast high at the lake, 70 degrees. 73 the high inland under mostly sunny skies. Will be breezy. And then late this afternoon into the evening, we bring in the chance for showers and storms. Slight chance that some of those storms will be on the stronger to severe side. So keep it close to WTMJ in those afternoon hours. Showers and storms tonight then could turn to snow overnight and into tomorrow morning as our low temperature drops to 20 degrees. Chance of early snow on Wednesday and a high of just 28. Right now at 53 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Petrano.
There's always room for Jell-O.
8:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Meant to do something else here, but I'm doubling down on my assertion that you can haggle at retail stores over the price of virtually anything. I have heard that. Consumer experts have talked about that.
And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just have a hard time believing that some part-time checker is going to be able to have the authority to say, okay, fine. Because why wouldn't they just do that every time? Okay, sir, fine. Beep. Okay, ma'am, fine. Beep. Like,
Because, well, I
what's
think
it to them?
You have to get the manager. I don't think that just any checker. I guess it depends on the store policy. Maybe the store says, yeah, somebody makes you a deal, or you have parameters or whatever. You know why it doesn't happen that much? Because
people don't.
We don't do it. Right. I just pulled this off of a website called lifehacker.com. Know where you can haggle. A lot of people aren't comfortable. A lot of people aren't comfortable haggling, but there's really no need to be intimidated. The best case scenario is that you'll save money. Worst case scenario is you'll be told no. They even offer tips. Don't be a jerk. Negotiations shouldn't be adversarial. Remember, haggling is a conversation about price. Do your research. All these tips on here, but they say absolutely you can ask for a discounted price, even at major retailers. I've heard of this happening.
So is that because some items, i.e. a dress or some other piece of clothing, can ebb and flow in price, or you might be able to find it for a different price someplace else, so you might as well?
Sure, you could do that. In some places like Price Match, that's a little bit different. That's in the store policy. Well, I saw this. You bring in the ad. They say, okay, we'll match that price. I guess that's one form of that. Or if something that, if you're looking for ammunition, could be like, this was just on sale last week, or I know you're having a big sale next week. How about give me the 20% off right now?
I only have so much Kohl's Cash.
Yeah, right.
Can you show Kohl's Cash at a different store?
You can sometimes bargain at major retailers too, but you'll have more success when it comes to large ticket items like appliances or electronics. Consumer Reports study revealed 59% of people tried to bargain on electronics scored discounts that averaged 84%. So of the people that tried to bargain, averaged $84, not 84%. So they're saying this is a thing. People who ask for a better price, more often than not, get that better price, and they save on average of $84.
So I can go to Best Buy and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to pay that much for that flat screen, and then I might be able to chisel off some of the... Really?
On the Old National Bank talk and text line, I barter for the BOGO sales if I don't want the second item. Also barter for the cheaper online price.
Here's one. I worked in a big box retail store as a manager. They definitely did not allow people to haggle. Aha! Right. Thank you, 414.
I agree. And again, that's not what I want. I've talked about being confused at stores. And I love Kohl's, but they're one of the hardest places to find out what the price is because it's a red dot sale, and then it's 50% off the dot, but then also you got your Kohl's Cash or your this or your that. I'm like, how much are these pants? Like, name the price, and I will either buy them or not buy them. Like,
well, it's I remember going to like an Applebee's or a Fridays once, and the bartender gave us a free round, and she said, well, because we have a couple that they ask us to give out every night, meaning like during their shift, and it's done intentionally, right? To create better atmosphere, get more people to stay longer, to return, to come back because they give a couple of free rounds.
Let me get this round there for you.
Yeah, so could the same thing happen at the retail place? Could the checker like be, hey, you get 15% off that you can throw to somebody just to be nice?
Clearly, it sounds like you have to ask for it. Look, it's all over. Just what did I go? I Googled negotiating price retail stores. I got how to haggle, even in a major retailer. I got, can I negotiate prices on a retail store? Yes and no. And then it goes through guidelines. 11 retailers where you can negotiate a lower price. Tips for negotiating with retailers. 10 tips for negotiating price in retail. Why would
you say no? If I was working at a big box place and this was something that I was able to do, if the company said, yeah, you can do that, well, I would never say no. If you came and said, hey, I'd like a little bit of discount, I'd be like, all right.
You probably have your parameter. If you've been empowered to do that at the register, you probably have a parameter, right?
Well, right. I'm not going to give it for free, but if you can, why wouldn't you? What's it to you, the part-time worker, right? Like, why would that matter?
Greg Pancake Hill says people are calling now.
All right.
Who do you got, G?
Yeah, I got Darla from Slinger who says she has about an 85% success rate about haggling basically everything.
Fantastic. Darla, hello.
Hi.
So you do this?
I barter all the time, and I like, for example, I just got an oil change. They quoted me $69. I got it down to $25.
Wow.
Wait, what? Wait, I need step by step.
Really? So first of all,
because I was just like, okay, I got this coupon, then I have this, and they're like, well, you can't stack coupons, and I'm like, well, they've got it at this price, and I can use this coupon there. And so then they're like, oh, okay. And then I had rewards dollars, so I used those, and I ended up paying $25 when I was done.
Good
that
for
is
you.
fantastic. I can't stand those
and then
oil change
I had
places.
a pair of, when Boston store was open, I would furniture. I got furniture at their out in Brookfield.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that place.
I used to get it at like 20. I used to get it about for 25% of the price. Like I usually got about 75% off.
No kidding.
Now, furniture's different, though, right? Is that a different echelon than, say, a clothing store?
Pair of pants, whatever. Would you haggle on
Yeah,
clothing?
I've done that with clothing though too. I've gotten like I remember we had like an exchange at work, and I knew this girl needed really badly a black dress, and I was like, okay, I'm going to get that for her exchange gift because I had her name. But we had a price that we could only spend $20. The dress was $100. I got it for $15. But she's like, there's no way you got this in the price range. And I said, yep, here's the receipt.
Okay, Darla, you and I, we got to go shopping, girlfriend.
Yes. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Are there places that it works better than others?
I do it all the time. Like I go to the grocery store and I do the same thing. I'm like, I look at the different prices in the store, and I go, wait a minute here. This one says, like for example, eggs. They forgot to mark it down in one place, so I took the picture of it, and the price went up to $2.99. But they left the price tag in one place at $1.89, and I got it for $1.89.
See, yeah,
are you insufferable?
We'll honor that.
When you come up, are someone like, oh my gosh, here's
Here
this
comes
lady
Darla again. She's in here every week looking for a deal.
So be honest, though. Can you be honest? Can you tell a mark? You're like, okay, that 17-year-old part-timer, I'm going to get that kid. All right, or do you know where you're going to have more success than others just by the person? Can you see the person and know that they're going to
No, because you usually have to. You have to usually get a manager involved. Usually, the 17-year-old is not going to be able to do anything for you.
Yeah, right. Let me get my manager, right?
Yeah.
But you do it with a smile on your face, right?
Well, yeah, I just kind of go, okay, here's the situation. Because we'll see in Wisconsin, they have to honor the price that's posted unless if they have a notice that says that their flyer had the incorrect pricing or whatever. So, like if you notice a price that's going up a lot, for example, like eggs, a lot of times they don't catch every single place that they, like, for example, Pick and Save. They'll have eggs in like 3 different places. They might catch it in the main storage area that the price changed, but they're not going to catch it in all 3 places.
Well, Darla, I am super glad you called for 2 reasons. One, you reaffirmed that I knew what I was talking about on this. And then secondly, I think you've enlightened a lot of folks.
How long is the line behind you, though?
I usually try to go really early in the morning because the reason why I go really early in the morning is that the prices usually change overnight, but they haven't got them all on the shelves yet changed.
Nice, good. See, she's playing the game. Darla, thank you. 823 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Got a couple more texts on this as well. Backing me up. I was right. Did I help you out here, Deb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I am going to look twice and go early in the morning.
Okay, when you try it, you need to report back to us because
I'll give it a try. Okay.
As I already indicated, I do not have the courage to do this.
Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. First of all, in Washington County, Highway 60 eastbound, right at Cedar Creek Parkway or Tilly Lake Road. We've got the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle there. We've also got some delays along 94 eastbound now from the Zoo interchange through the Stadium interchange. Westbound is backed out from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Still going to be heavy on westbound 894 coming out of the Mitchell interchange pretty much all the way over to about 68th Street. That's where it starts to let up just a bit. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Rejuvenix. Alleviate your pain. Rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenix.com to request your appointment.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone, Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations, brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp, and new siding that's been known to stop traffic. And it's all backed by a team that over the last 20 years have put a lot of heart and soul into building a reputation that you can believe in. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Oh boy, all 4 seasons within a 24-hour period. Well, luckily you've got that car that'll handle it. Oh, wait, you don't have a car that can handle it? Oh, well, no problem there. Just head over to Hall Mazda in Brookfield. Hi, everybody. Debbie Lazaga here. And we could have some wild weather coming up here. And if you've got a great car like the 2024 CX-50 from Mazda, you're good to go. It's rugged, refined. It can tow up to 3,500 pounds. It's awesome. And don't worry about getting through any of that road junk. Slush and snow is no match for the iconic iActive all-wheel drive system. Right now, you can get 0% for 60 months on select 2024 Mazda CX-50s. So head out to Brookfield to Hall Mazda. It's Hall good.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you've lived like this, it's no way to live, and it's having a significant impact on your life. I know you know this, and I know that taking action isn't always convenient. But at Advent, we've done all we can to make changing your life for the better as easy as possible. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. With tens of thousands of our patients, a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, along with a simple 20-minute in-office procedure called balloon sinuplasty, has opened their nasal passages, allowing them to breathe freely through their nose for good. And there's a good chance this procedure can do the same for you. We'll help you breathe through your nose again, and it will change your life.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
8:27 on Wisconsin's Morning News on the WTMJ talk and text line. I've done it twice, 2 different major retail stores. First time I was on fishing lures, asked if I bought 20 of them. They'd knock $1 off. They agreed. Another time I was looking at a coat. Manager walked by, asked if I needed help. Told him I need a nice coat, but it's too expensive. He asked what it would take. And they named a price. They worked it out. Telling you,
Really?
that happens.
And then we got this one from Mike, who says he worked in retail after retirement for 5 years. There was absolutely no negotiating by the retailer.
I think both can be true. Like some places will do it, some places won't. Maybe some shifts will do it.
If you're trying to move inventory, would there be a
For
reason
sure.
why? But Darla was interesting because Darla, I felt like, whether it was haggling or not, it sounded like she haggled a little bit with like getting that dress down to $15 or whatever it was. But a lot of times she was using, I don't want to say manipulating the system.
No, finding loopholes.
Yeah,
right.
she was finding just different ways to be like, well, wait a minute, the eggs are priced at this price here, yada, yada. So that's different,
It
isn't
is different than just pulling something off the rack. It says, this is $50. I want it for $35.
Right.
For no reason. Why do you get it for $35? You just go.
Do you ever
take it
haggle
or
at
leave it.
like a garage sale, like when you're at someone's house?
You almost feel like you have to, but like the worst is, and we've had garage sales
Just
too.
take my stuff. I don't care.
Right. That's kind of where we end up.
No,
on ours.
just
like
I see people bundling. They bundle together at garage sales.
Right, but when it's your kid's thing and it's marked a quarter, would you take 15? It's a quarter. Give
Yeah.
your kid 2
Yeah.
bits. Let's go.
Yeah.
8:28 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Former pro football offensive tackle Mitch Schwartz knows for a guy, buying jewelry is a daunting task at most stores, but not if you go to Diamonds Direct.
It's very simple and very easy process for a guy to go in there and not be overwhelmed.
Mitch found Diamonds Direct and has been back many times buying jewelry for his wife, Brooke, and he's never felt any pressure.
They're going to educate you about what you're looking for, what the diamonds are, how the process works.
At Diamonds Direct, we respect both you and your budget.
I think everyone's kind of searching for value. You don't want to be taken advantage of, and Diamonds Direct is leading in that regard. You're going to feel really comfortable there. You're going to have a good time. You're going to find something that looks amazing and that you're going to get the best value for it.
So if you're worried about getting sweaty palms when you walk into a jewelry store, relax. Take Mitch's advice and enjoy the experience at Diamonds Direct.
We have definitely recommended Diamonds Direct to friends, to other teammates. Everyone else who has been through there has had as awesome an experience as we have.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Get directions, showroom hours, and more at diamondsdirect.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi for the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Walk-in tubs, replacement showers, tub-to-shower conversions, and so much more. Every unit is custom built. Elevate your bathroom to a new level of luxury, style, and safety. Schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath, plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com. A better bath awaits.
At the Bath Authority.
Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks peels back the curtain to give fans unique access and deep storytelling unlike ever before. Subscribe and download right now to get a companion podcast to the new Amazon documentary, Giannis, A Marvelous Journey. Hear about the making of the dog and learn about how Milwaukee became home for the Adetokounmpo family. Find Behind the Bucks at bucks.com/plus or wherever you get your podcasts.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Traffic is sponsored by the amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The successful Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford is hiring positive professional servers and bartenders. You'll make great cash. Inquire today. Start next week. MineshaftRestaurant.com.
8:31, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Tuesday, February 27th, our top story. Grab bag of weather impacting southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Eric Bilstead. A contentious recall.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Eastbound 94 going to be backed up out of the Zoo interchange all the way through the stadium. It's just that heavy volume. The westbound side also backing up from about 25th Street through to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 4394, we are seeing backups right around the Plainfield curve up to Holt. And then on westbound 894, slowing down from 27th Street all the way to almost Forest Home. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
50-degree difference between your lakeside high today of 70 and a low tonight of 20 degrees. Showers and storms possible this afternoon. Right now it's 54 in Milwaukee, and from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, potential record warmth could help fuel afternoon showers and storms in our state, particularly southeast here. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says the conditions could allow for storms to develop by early to mid-afternoon.
We're going to be watching for any initiation. Do one or two storms tap into that afternoon heat a little bit early? Not everyone's going to see rain today, and not everyone's going to hear thunder and see lightning. But for those that do, one or two of those storms could contain some high winds and even the potential for some hail.
Today's inland high 73 degrees, hitting in the low tonight down to 20 with a chance of early snow tomorrow.
Happening today, a special election in the Raymond School District. It'll be to remove 2 school board members. This as questions remain over why the school board voted not to renew Principal Jeff Peterson's contract and why Superintendent Michael Garvey resigned. In April, voters will also determine in Raymond 2 other races for school board.
2 men from Illinois in a Kenosha County courtroom Monday. They led police, authorities say, on a chase Saturday night. Driver, according to authorities, was 25-year-old Marquise Muhammad. They say he was driving in reverse. Once police had him pinned in a roundabout, that sent a police car into a woman's front yard. She talked with TMJ4.
I was getting ready to go to bed, and I could see lights coming in my bedroom window. So I looked out my blinds to see what it was, and there was a car parked over my neighbor's driveway and in my yard.
That's not what you want to see. Muhammad, the accused driver, facing several charges now, including operating a stolen vehicle and criminal damage to property.
President Biden is given an optimistic timeline about a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, but the reaction this morning in the Middle East is more muted.
President Biden told reporters Monday evening he hopes there will be a ceasefire in Gaza within a week.
And my hope is by next Monday, we'll have a ceasefire.
There is no official comment from the Israeli Prime Minister's office about the president's timeline, but a senior Israeli source tells ABC News that Prime Minister Netanyahu was surprised by the president's comments that a deal is within reach. No official comment from Hamas either, but an official tells Reuters there are still big gaps that need to be bridged. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update with things just opening on Wall Street. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropping about 32 points to 39,037. S&P 500 right now at 5075. That's up about 5.5 points. And the NASDAQ up 50 to 16,026.
Coming up, Odie's Final Curtain.
It's a great time for your retirement and investment strategy review from a fee-only fiduciary. Go to annexwealth.com, click on the Get Started button now.
This report is sponsored by Creative Planning. Give your wealth a second look. CreativePlanning.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Pick up the best wild bird food for less during our KT sale this week at Fleet Farm. Get 20 pounds of basic blend on sale for only $6.99. Save on a 35-pound bag of Birders Blend for just $21.99. Plus, we carry over 150 varieties of wild bird food, so you'll find something for every bird in your backyard. Save on everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
The NBA season is here. College basketball is hurtling toward the craziness of March, and there is no easier way to get in on the action than with Underdog Fantasy and their Pick'em game. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Underdog Fantasy. Check out their easy-to-use mobile app or visit UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code WTMJ, and Underdog Fantasy will match your first deposit up to $100, plus they'll give you a mystery special pick to use on your first Pick'em entry. Pick between 2 and 5 players on at least 2 different teams. Select higher or lower on player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Mix the NBA with college basketball. Throw in a little golf. It's Underdog Fantasy. Promo code WTMJ. Have your first deposit of $10 or more matched up to $100, plus your special pick. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms do apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
8:36 on Wisconsin's Morning News. This is about the last we're going to hear from Odie.
Yeah. This is a lunar lander. Did not make it to the South Pole without getting dinged up. So they landed this on the moon. We followed this closely last week. Well, now, dying breaths right now.
We might have fractured that landing gear and tipped over gently.
Yeah, just whether it was gentle or not, it tipped over, and that's the problem. That was the CEO of the company that built the lunar lander.
Because the lander, nicknamed Odie, tipped onto its side after touching down on the moon, its solar panels are receiving only partial sunlight, which will dramatically shorten Odie's battery life. Intuitive Machines spent about $100 million on the lander, but collected about $118 million from the NASA payload it carried.
ABC's Jim Ryan. Odysseus was meant to send back data for more than a week, but it's now expected to wind down today, 5 days early. NASA still, of course, hoping to put people back on the moon in the next couple of years.
The Mobile World Congress is underway in Barcelona this week, and we're getting an update from ABC News technology reporter Mike Dubusky on all the new stuff that could be coming down the pipeline. That's next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you only have a 401k, you're not getting the most for retirement.
Wait, what?
Add a Robinhood IRA on top, then they'll boost it by 3%.
You can do that?
And if you transfer in any retirement account, you get 3% on top of that.
Is there a limit to the match?
No limit. Robinhood Gold gets you the biggest contribution match of any IRA on the market. Sign up for Robinhood Gold at Robinhood.com/boost by April 30th. Subscription fees apply.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires gold for 1 year from first match. Must keep IRA for 5 years. Match on transfers subject to additional terms and conditions. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Transform your bathroom like we did. It's Sidex, S-I-D-E-X, Sidex. Take out that conventional bathtub, put in a walk-in shower. That's what we did at our house. It's beautiful. It's open. It's transformed our bathroom. And right now with Sidex, you get $750 off any bathtub or shower replacement. They serve within 60 miles of Milwaukee. It's Sidex. They did the work at our house. It was quick. It was affordable. It was efficient. And our bathroom is beautiful. Go with the company we trust, Sidex. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure.
Tech Tuesday today. New offering from our guy at ABC News, technology reporter Mike Dubusky is live with us from New York this morning on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline. Hey, Mike.
Hey there. How are you?
Awesome. So a couple things we wanted to ask you about on the tech front this morning. The Mobile World Congress underway in Barcelona this week. Anything we're going to see there that we didn't see earlier this year when you were at Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas?
Yeah, so I think that's a good comparison, right? This is kind of like the CES of the global portable technology market. And portable tech can be anything from smartphones to wearable technology. We're seeing a lot on both of those fronts. But kind of the most interesting announcement from the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona this year is the Lenovo Project Crystal. This is a transparent laptop, guys. It's a 17.3-inch screen, so it's pretty big, but you can see right through it. And Lenovo says this thing gets so bright that twice as bright as the latest MacBook Pros, as a matter of fact, that you can still see the content that you're working on, whatever program that you're running, while also seeing the desk behind you or the potted plant or the notebook or whatever you have on the desk in front of you. And I know you're probably
want to do that.
That's exactly. See, why would you want this? Well,
it's cool.
Well, it's not a new idea either. At CES earlier this year, we saw a number of transparent TVs, we remember. Well, now that technology is making its way over into the laptop space. And Lenovo, for its part, is not outlining like what this is for, which is kind of interesting. This is a concept device. They're not planning on putting it on sale. This is really just a proof of concept. They're putting it out there to prove that the technology is viable and to see what ideas the public has about how it can be used. There's this idea floating around MWC that you could maybe put something behind the transparent screen and have it like overlay digital content on top of that, sort of like using an augmented reality headset without having to strap on this big bulky thing. But that demo did not work at Lenovo's presentation, so we're going to have to wait and see if this thing ever reaches the real world, if that feature makes it.
So I'm seeing more and more people, Mike, now wearing these wellness rings, and now Samsung has one, the Galaxy ring that they're offering up.
Yeah, so we first got a little teaser of this at the Galaxy Unpacked event that Samsung held last month, but now we're getting more information about it. So this is a ring. It looks like a simple band. It comes in a bunch of different colors, and it has a bunch of sensors packed into it that track all different sorts of health things about you, and that can mean sleep tracking, or for women, period and fertility tracking. And they're also going to offer this thing they call a vitality score, which essentially compiles all that together to give you a sense of how healthy you are doing in a general sense. A vitality score is what they're calling it. There's no screen. The idea is that this thing tracks all that information and sends it back to your phone. And Samsung is not alone in this part of the market. The Aura Ring is another big player here. So Samsung kind of getting to the game a little bit late, but they are a major established tech firm, not a startup. They kind of know what they're doing. So you have the backing of something that's a little bit more legitimate in some ways, but at the same time, it's a new category for them. So there will inevitably be some kinks to work out. Even still, Samsung sees this as one potential future in the wearable tech, specifically the health tech part of the tech space.
ABC News tech reporter out of New York, Mike Dubusky is with us this morning. What's new on the AI front, Mike?
Big week in AI deal making, guys, in the artificial intelligence space. Earlier this week, we saw Microsoft make a major investment in a new company. It's called Mistral. It's an AI firm out of France. It's only about 10 months old. Microsoft investing $2 billion in this company. As part of the deal, Mistral will be able to run its new large language model, think like a GPT-4 from OpenAI, on Microsoft's cloud computing system. So they get access to all of Microsoft's infrastructure and computing know-how, and then Microsoft gets another partner in the fast-developing AI space. This comes a little bit more than a year after they invested $10 billion in OpenAI, which is sort of the dominant player here. But in recent months, we've seen some leadership struggles at that company. We remember over Thanksgiving when I was on vacation and Sam Altman was ousted from that company and then came back. It was a very confusing time. Microsoft now investing in a different AI company, kind of broadening its horizons here a little bit. And of course, it comes after last week we saw Google make a major investment in Reddit, of all companies, to help that, to use that platform, to use that website to help train its large language models. These things are able to replicate human speech in large part because they are trained on human writing. What is Reddit if not a full repository for human writing? So that is what they see as the future of their AI model. But yeah, some big AI deals being made.
Always interesting to look at the future with you, Mike. Thanks so much.
Of course, guys. Take care.
Mike Dubusky is the ABC News technology reporter. He's based out of New York, talking about all kinds of things.
Have you seen those wellness rings, by the way?
I guess I haven't.
Tons of people wearing those now.
So it's the equivalent of the watch, but now it's in a ring, and then it just reports back to something else.
So then you're looking at an app on your phone that says that you didn't sleep very good.
I don't know. And who gets to decide whether you're well today? Right. Who's grading that test?
And I guess what do you do to fix it? That's the thing. If it's
right, because if you're just getting all this data and choosing to ignore it.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to ignore it just because that's what you would do. Doesn't mean that's what most ring users do.
Another crappy night's sleep. Thanks, wellness ring. 8:46 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Deb, what do you have here on the roads?
Well, we got some backups along eastbound 94, basically from 84th Street through the Stadium Interchange and all the way through the Marquette, as a matter of fact. Westbound's going to be slow from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Other than that, just a couple of other pockets, one on 4394 northbound right into the KK River area, and then a little bit tight eastbound 894 right past Loomis. Other than that, everything else looks like it seems to be moving along pretty well. Yeah, everything is clear. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Type Saver Traffic.
I don't know about that see-through laptop either that Dubusky was talking about.
What's the point of that? So you can see the plant behind the computer? Like,
I'm not watching the screen.
That's silly.
I have enough distractions. Plus, we've tried see-through before. Didn't we used to have Pepsi? Remember that time they made Pepsi see-through?
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi or whatever?
Or Zima. Remember Zima?
Remember that time we made beer see-through? How'd that go for everybody? 8:47.
Traffic is sponsored by Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
For personalized furniture the way you want it in just 35 days, shop the President's Day sale of Norwalk Custom Furniture at any Ken Michaels Furniture stores, showrooms in Greenfield and Brookfield. Stop in today and save.
Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. At Semper Fi, it's the banner we all march under, because the reputation we earn and uphold belongs to all of us. And without a strong reputation in the exterior remodeling business, you're here today and gone tomorrow. And when you've earned a good reputation, that's what makes the difference in value. It's the little extra that you get for the price. And that assurance is actually what counts the most, because it means the good money you're spending with us is not going to go to waste. A roof you can rely on, with a warranty that has a backbone. Craftsman quality airtight window and door installations. Brick and stone masonry that's clean and sharp. And new siding that's been known to stop traffic.